Yeah, yeah. Party people, let me see you now. Throw your hands up, yeah. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the yeah. Party people, let me see you now. Throw your hands up. We got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the good rhymes, we're making the good times. We're taking over your mind and we're getting the good vibes. Now you're telling me don't stop the melody. Good times ahead of me. Yeah, we got the good rhymes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. It is, hey, Mary member for 3 months. Hello, hello. Oh, I don't have my alerts on. Okay, so it is 7/8/2026. It is July. We are 2 days away from when Ron and Jan Owens have to hand in all of their paperwork. We will see if that happens. So, good morning to live crew. Hello, everyone in the chat. Good live, plan B. Hello. Put a pill or some sort of emoji. Put whatever emoji you want in the chat to let me know you're here for replay crew. I have something to tell you guys. Okay, listen. I don't know if is anyone else having sound problems. I don't know. Let me know. Okay. So, I covered a case called Fox Hollow Farm, and which was, let me go back to this video here. Hold on. Let's just do a little of this, okay? This is before we talk about anything else. So a little while ago, I covered Fox Hollow Farm in, oh God, when was it? Okay, here. Almost a year ago, I covered Fox Hollow Farm. I am so tired. And this is my Fox Hollow Farm video from, hello, show me the date. July 24th of 2025. Okay? Now, clips of this video went viral on TikTok. I get an email. I know, I'm trying to get my hair back there. I get an email from a man named Jeff Jellison, and I screamed. Okay, so for everybody that doesn't know, Fox Hollow Farm happened in Indiana. It was a guy named Herb Baumeister who was luring gay men back to his home and killing them. And he lived with a family. And during the time in the 90s, they didn't want to do any detective work on it because all the men were gay, and they were like, yeah, we don't care. So they have over 10,000 remains of bone fragments and bones at Fox Hollow Farm that they have found, and they took them to the University of Indiana. And Jeff Jellison came into being the coroner of Hamilton County, and he has decided he's going to blow this case wide open. He's like, I'm going to find these family members. So Jeff, they did a documentary called Fox Hollow Farm Murders. This one. So it's Fox Hollow Farm, Playground of a Serial Killer. It looks like this. It was a wonderful documentary, and it follows Jeff, and it talks about his work and whatever. So anyways, I watched the documentary. I made a video, and then parts of my video on TikTok go viral. I get an email from Jeff Jellison, and he's like, hey, I loved your video. Like, if there's anything that you ever need from me, just let me know. And I was like, excuse me, America's hero? Okay. So the funny thing was I was going to be that weekend, I was going to be 1 hour away from Hamilton County because we were traveling, me and my kids. So I messaged him and I
Back
was
in the
like,
90s.
hey,
Yeah.
do you have any interest in. I'm so nervous. Okay. But I said, do you have any interest in doing an interview with me? And he was like, yeah, I would love that. I was like, bet. I was like, let me call Fisher's. I will, I will rent a podcast studio. I will meet you there. How much time do you have? He's like, I have all the time in the world. And I'm like, holy shit. This was my very first interview. So I go there, I sit down with him. Aside from him being a hero, the nicest guy. The nicest guy. He was so wonderful, so serious about his job, so smart. Just, I could have talked to him for days. So if you guys get a chance, please watch this interview. So anyways, we have a little back and forth after the interview. He's telling me, there's some press releases that were going on. So he was emailing me. Well, in the middle of the night, months later, in the middle of the night, I get another email from a woman who is a producer for Hulu, which is where they ran the original documentary. And she was like, hey, we saw your interview with Jeff Jellison. Would you be willing to release that footage to us so we could use it in the documentary? And I was like, ah! So I'm laying in bed. I go tearing out of my bed. I like wake my husband up. I'm like, Hulu just messaged me. Hulu. And he's like, what? And I'm like, Hulu. So I signed the contract. I signed the release. I don't know if they are going to use the footage. However, yesterday, I'm getting my daughter in the shower and I hear Jeff's voice again because I was like, he has a very distinct voice. Here, listen.
And funding is one of those. And up until today, we've spent very little local tax dollars.
So all of a sudden, I hear his voice on my phone and I'm like, Jeffrey? Like, where are you? What are you doing? So then they are running the video for Return to Fox Hollow Farm, which is what they asked me for my footage. So I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if my footage is in it. However, I am also going to tell you that if you have Hulu, please watch the first one and please watch the second one, which is Return to Fox Hollow Farm. The work that this man is doing is so important. In the 90s, when these men were killed, the police decided there's also a conspiracy theory that the police were in on it, which is why they weren't doing any detective work on it. There are at least 60, if not more, victims of gay men whose remains have not been discovered, have not been brought back to their families, nobody knows where they are, and a lot of people think that they're tied to Fox Hollow. So Fox Hollow happened in 1996, I believe. I was 10. And then Herb Baumeister went on to kill himself. Everybody thinks that it was this big conspiracy thing. There's a lot happening, okay? But the most important thing that I want you to take from this right now is I want you to please go and watch this because the work that Jeff is doing to bring these victims home, to bring them home to their families, to give them justice, even 20, 30 years later, is so wildly important. So With that being said, what I would like to do, I'll probably get knocked for it because it's copyright. I don't care. But what I want to do is I want to watch the uh the preview with you guys, and then we'll get into our regular thing. So let me do that. And it's not even about me being in it. Like that's so exciting. You could see in the beginning of this interview, if you haven't watched it, I'm like, the fact that I get to be the most minuscule piece in this and talk to him and be able to spread the word of what he's doing um is so important. Yes, so much success. So what I want to do is I want to go to Return to Hollow Farm. We will watch this together. If you guys have not, please watch Fox Hollow Farm, Playground of a Serial Killer first. It will give you all the context. I also have made my own video on this channel about Fox Hollow Farm. If you want to watch that, it goes over the documentary. It goes over my thoughts on the documentary. But we're going to watch this first before we do anything else. And then we'll get into our regular stuff for today. Even if I don't make it into the documentary, the fact that Hulu, whose parent company is Disney, okay? The fact that my name was even on their radar, achievement. Achievement accomplished, okay?
Fox Hollow is like a killing field.
10,000 remains, second only to the World Trade Center.
Young men
Killed. When the documentary came out, the reaction was really overwhelming. We immediately began getting leads, emails, text messages, probably more than 500. There are very strong indications. There is another suspect, and it wasn't Mark Goodyear. We've got cadaver dogs on this property.
Was there anything that changed your understanding of the case?
Yeah, Mark Goodyear's interview.
Mark's interesting and maddening at the same time. I just don't even know what you can believe.
I'd like to know how the audience views me.
Is Mark Goodyear just a witness, or was he involved? After the documentary came out, this case piqued my interest again. It became clear that I am not done with this case. I wanted to see what all information was out there. The files, they've never been released. And inside, I found a bombshell. Police find a shovel, bloodstains on them.
Oh, I'm shocked. If someone got away with murder, that's not what we all signed up to do this job for.
I have to keep working on this case, so we need to come back to Fox Hollow. Every case has a grieving family member.
I just have this sense that we're so close to solving this.
If you would please loan me the attention. I believe with all of my heart that all of it is there.
We just need the one person who connects everything.
So when I interview Mark this time, what should I ask him?
Ask him if he'll talk to me.
Oh my God. And Jeff, I just want to let you know that if you are watching this, and our favorite girl, Bunny, if you guys, I am so proud of you. I know that probably means nothing. I hope that you are so proud of yourself. I am so wildly proud of you. And the fact that you continue to do this and go on this journey, you are incredible. I said it before. I said it when we were done with our interview. I've said it in emails. I'll say it again. You are a wonderful human being and you deserve the world. Now, with that being said, it's coming out today. It's coming out today. So I'm going to watch it after stream. And I'll let you guys know. If you guys see me or at least a credit on my interview with him, cool. If not, whatever, just do it anyways. So, I have not told, I don't think I've told anybody about that. But yes, when Hulu reached out to me, I pooped. So, they're doing the Lord's work, and that's for sure. So, Jeff is a wonderful human being. I'm going to email him today after I watch the documentary. I'm also going to do a live stream where I talk about this documentary again, and just tell him that I'm so proud of him, and we should all be proud of Jeff Jellison, and we should all strive to be more like him because he is just a wonderful man. So, all right. With that being said, whoop, I'm playing it again. Here we go. With that being said, we are going to go back to Laura Owens. When I tell you, so 2 streams today? No, I'll probably do it on Friday. Wish I had Hulu. That's okay. If you don't, that's okay. Trust me, I will let you guys know if I am in that documentary or not. Just came in and feel like I missed the news, going to rewind. Oh, it's okay, Sheebs. Yay, Bacon, celebrating for you. What a great community you have created. I mean, most of you created yourselves and then just came here, but it's like I gained a community, but you guys, I just, listen, I almost didn't come on stream today because I've been having a really hard couple of days with my son. And he has been at a 10, and I did all my makeup, and then he was just like melting down, and I was in tears. And our babysitter got here today, and she's like, it's so funny because she's 18. She's like, go downstairs. I got this. Like, go. Cause I'm like, I'll help you. I'll do this. I'll do that, whatever. And she was like, go downstairs. I got this. And I was like, okay. And then I come down here, and it's like within 5 minutes, it's so funny just having that separation from him. It's like everything I'm fucking grateful for. I'm grateful for so many things. Let us know so I can go subscribe for a month to watch it. Oh, okay. Let's start. Let's start, everybody. Hands together, please. It has been requested.
Because that's what we do. We tell Laura to go to trial. Laura Owens. Do it, do it. We believe you. Tell your story. Go to trial. You're not a liar. We believe you.
Yeah.
Do it, do it.
Hey, Laura Owens.
Go to trial. We believe you. Everybody else is lying. Go to trial. Laura Owens, you can do it. We believe you.
How is Little Ham? Little Ham's great. Little Ham's wonderful. She threw up and then she came home. She slept for like 10 hours and she's like, I feel great. Dave shall be praised. We shall sing hymn number 1. Yes. And that's the thing, right? He's doing stuff. And listen, I love my son. I am in his ass all the time. All the time. Because I'm just trying to like help him navigate. And he gets irritated, as I would if somebody was in my ass all the time. So sometimes we just need to separate. He's got to go do stuff. And I hear him happily screaming upstairs at the babysitter right now. So whatever. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Let's get to some bullshit. Okay. So where are we? And you have to see Jack. I know he told you. Jack told you. He's like, get out the napkins. No, for real, for research. No, get a napkin and see if you can write on it. Do it. Was the beautiful from Uncle Joe and Greg's case in there? If so, napkin lady is busted. I don't know yet. I don't remember. But anyways, okay. So they're always with you, though. I know. Everywhere. Okay. So the last time we were on stream, we were talking about Gingras' emails, going back and forth with Mike. And this time we are in the fact that Laura Owens today has decided that she has requested to testify via a written declaration, her attempt to avoid having to be cross-examined at trial. So, yeah, it's like we're doing science, right? Kiki, thank you for the jewels, front and back. That's right. Write the whole thing. Hay Bales in the Substack just did some handwriting analysis and it was interesting. I'd be happy to take a look at it if you guys want to send that to me. So she doesn't want to be cross-examined at trial, which, I mean, why would she? Because, you know, she brought this. But why? I brought this to the court. How dare people want to ask me anything? Why don't you just believe me? Huh? It has been the best World Cup Spurs finals in this community. I look forward to this Kiki every day. It is. Want to have a Kiki. Lock the doors tight. Her online doctors didn't see her and she was still beautiful. I've written extensively on napkins while using pens that are most ideal and least ideal. I do not think that is the original note. I think it was rewritten with more info. You know, somebody had said this in the chat the other day and they were like, maybe the lady turned around and was like, hey, are you all right? And she was like, perfect timing. Cross-examination is just so déclassé. Right. My dad has done handwriting analysis too, but I don't think we have a sample from Laura. I don't recall seeing one. Lavas. Ew. Only employed people get cross-examined. Ew. Yuck. What am I, a peasant? How dare you ask me questions in the court of law? Yesterday, I finally watched Mike's 2.5-hour interview with Megan. Heartbreaking how hard it is for him to talk, and the interview was 2 years ago. I also watched the TED Talk. Yeah. Well, I'm in talks with Mike, so we'll see if that works out. If it does, cool. If it doesn't, also cool. Let that man go live his life. It's going to be great. All right. Well, I just got this, so let me open this first. This is the stubs. Whoa. This is a Substack. Newly discovered in 2015, court records provide the first publicly available handwriting sample attributed to Karen, allowing comparison with the napkin note and 2018 declaration. Ever since the napkin lady story surfaced, one question has overshadowed every other. Was she real? Readers have repeatedly asked the same questions. Was she a real person? Did she actually write the handwritten note? Did she personally sign the declaration that was later filed in court? You know, oh, sorry. I'll change my thing next time, Tiff. I'm so sorry. I can also block that out. I can blur that out. Hi Toadette, thank you. Well, you're not the only person that sent it to me. Like 3 other people sent it to me. I just opened yours. I'll blur it out. Hi, Jen. Until now, those questions have largely been impossible to explore because no publicly available handwriting sample attributed to Karen had surfaced for comparison. That has now changed. For the first time, thanks to the JFC community member known as CM, we have obtained 2015 document containing what appears to be Karen's handwriting and signature. Signed his objection to a subpoena in the Clayton case. Oh. My name is on the podcast. It's totally fine. Okay, fine. Those samples can now be compared directly to both the handwritten napkin note and the signature on the declaration. This article presents those comparisons side by side so readers can evaluate the evidence for themselves. The first public comparison sample. Court records from an unrelated 2015 lawsuit containing what appears to be Karen's handwriting signature and handwritten responses have been located. Those records predate the 2018 declaration by approximately 3 years and provide the first publicly available handwriting sample we have found for comparison. So why does the defendant owe the plaintiff money? When approaching my car, we noticed a long scratch gouge with red paint on the driver's side rear panel so this is where this is where her handwriting comes in. Got it. Just so everybody knows, I also saved Tiff's name in my phone as Big Tiff Dog. So if she ever calls me, that's what it is Big Tiff Dog. Hi, Jack. Good morning, my love. My Scottish love. I love you. I thought Quash was in Dave's case on Chase J. Jones. It could be both. The newly located document allowed us to compare 3 separate items: Karen's lawsuit signature and handwriting, Karen's 2018 Owens versus Marraccini DVRO declaration signature, and the 2016 handwritten napkin note attributed to Karen. So step 1 in comparing the signatures, the first comparison was straightforward. So this first one, I have it bigger just so we can see it. The first one is the 2015 lawsuit, and the 2018 is the DVRO declaration. Listen, sometimes depending on what I'm doing, my signature isn't always as neat. Nope. So let's look at this. The 3s, okay. So the Karen, this is very close. This looks the same. I mean, the I's a little different. The M seems about the same. The B's right here is a little different. Is there a fucking R missing here? There's no R here. Very clearly, B-E-R-G-E-R. B-E-I-G-E-R. The R looks like an I. It doesn't look like the way she draws. She has a very, like, distinct R. This R looks like an I. The R is very scrunched. Are we trying to vet if Karen is real? Yes, that's what we're doing. It's there, it's just smushed. Right. But this is very distinct. Now, this one isn't. So this R is not. This R looks like an I. So maybe she just was writing in a hurry and these match. Okay, so maybe not here, but these would match here. Okay. The large looping on the capital K, the long connecting stroke between the first and last name. These are similarities. The formation of the I, the tall ending G with a sweeping finish, and the overall spacing and rhythm. While only a qualified forensic document examiner can determine authenticity between 2 signatures appear highly consistent with one another. They do. They do. It's just interesting how neatly this is laid out and how this isn't. Although, you know what's interesting too, is in a 2015 lawsuit with her name, she might take her time because that's something personal to her, like that's something she cares about. And in a 2018 DVRO declaration, she's just like, yeah, whatever, and signs her name. My signature is always typically the same. Not exact. It depends. And I mean, now I have the first letter and some lines and then like the second letter and some lines. But all right, so step 2 is the handwriting. The more interesting question involves the handwriting itself. Unlike signatures, everyday handwriting often reveals habit that naturally repeat from one document to another. Before examining individual letters, here is a handwritten note that became known as the Napkin Lady note. So we're all very familiar with this. Jack just did a very wonderful, I don't know if my chat's coming through. I don't know what's happening. Oh, today is going to be one of those days. Oh, there it is. Okay, today's going to be one of those days where I don't get chat and then 100 messages come through. So if I'm not looking at chat, it's because it's messed up. Anyways, if you guys have not seen it, Jack did a wonderful video about the napkin, and we watched it here on the channel the other day. But if you haven't seen it yourself, please go over and watch it on Jack's channel. It is wonderful. It is quite rare that two of my signatures match exactly. My signatures are all over the place. Mine seem to be pretty similar depending, unless I really don't care about something and then I'm like, bah, bah, scribble. Using the handwriting from the 2015 lawsuit as a comparison sample, we isolated individual letters and common words from both documents. So the A, here and here, D, 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 I, K, G, P, the P, S, and the Y. Okay? I got to tell you, this all looks very similar to me. It all looks very similar. Several writing habits appear repeatedly throughout both documents. Examples include a lowercase a. The letter consistently forms a simple printed A with a narrow oval and short finishing stroke. The lowercase d. Both samples show a tall stem with a rounded loop attached low on the left side. The capital D appears as a printed letter with a broad rounded side attached to the relatively straight vertical stroke. Both samples, the top and bottom of the letter, terminate in a similar manner, giving the letter a comparable overall shape. The capital I is printed with horizontal bars at both the top and the bottom, rather than simply using a vertical line. The lowercase g descender, the descender forms an open loop before curving back upward, and the lowercase s, perhaps one of the more distinctive comparisons across multiple examples. The lowercase s displays a broad upper curve and a tight lower curve with remarkably similar proportions. And then here's the handwriting. Wait. So this is the 2015. So this is Karen's 2015 versus a napkin note. Okay. Handwriting comparison, again, from the 2015 lawsuit to the napkin note. Again, we have Karen, her name written a bunch of times. The one thing that sticks out to me is the R always flows into the E. And that always happens here. And then into the N. 4, the Fs are very distinct with like a little zoop. It's almost like a soft S with a line. There's the T always connects to the H with a little like kick out. With T again connects to the H here and here. And YING. Yeah, this one has a little too, like a little, the I has a little thing down. So that has a thing down as well. Common words and letter combinations. Although there are fewer repeated words and individual letters, several common words and letter combinations provide additional points of comparison. God damn it, if my chat... All right, hold on. I'm going to have to move my streaming. I can't have pop-out chat today. Why? Because we can't have anything nice. That's why. So, I'll have to try to read chat the best I can, but my chat's not working today. So, the name Karen appears in both the 2015 and the napkin note. The samples of the K is followed evenly spaced lowercase letters with a similar overall.
This is so lame. Karen is real. She lives at the North Pole, with Santa Claus emoji, right across the street from the Easter Bunny.
Fake Laura Owens. Thank you for that 10, Fake Laura Owens. I appreciate you. I know you love me too. Deep down. I feel like we would be friends in another life if you were a totally different person. So there's that. Anyways, the K is followed by evenly spaced lowercase letters with a similar overall rhythm and slight rightward slant. The word for shows a similarly formed lowercase f, followed by a rounded O and a compact R. The overall spacing and proportions are comparable in both samples. The word the displays a tall lowercase t, followed by closely connected to connected to the H and the E. The spacing between the letters appears consistent across the two documents. With, in both samples, the word with is written with a narrow lowercase w and evenly spaced letters. The proportions and flow of the word appear generally similar. YING shows a similar sequence of connected letters, particularly the formation of the Y followed by the dotted I and the rounded ending G. This combination provides another opportunity to compare reoccurring letter formations with a longer word and word spacing. The spacing between the words and the slight rightward slant also appears generally consistent throughout both writings. So there's that. Damn you, fake Laura Owens. What this does and does not prove. This is important to be clear about what these comparisons can and cannot establish. These observations do not prove that Karen wrote the napkin note. Likewise, they do not prove that she did not. Okay. Only a qualified forensic document examiner could render an expert opinion after examining the original document and ideally showing, ideally additionally known handwriting samples. What these comparisons do show is that there is now a legitimate basis for comparison that previously did not exist. Rather than relying on speculation, readers can examine actual side-by-side slow down. Actual side-by-side examples taken directly from original court records and the napkin note itself. Why this matters. For years, discussion surrounding Napkin Lady was largely focused on whether she existed at all. The discovery of a 2015 court filing containing handwriting and a signature attributed to Karen proves an opportunity to examine the question using primary source documents instead of assumptions. Whether readers ultimately believe the handwriting is similar or not, the comparison itself is now available for public review. For the first time, the discussion can be based on evidence rather than speculation. Now, here's one thing that I'll say it right now just so I don't forget. Here is one thing that I love about this community, right? This community is evidence-based. This handwriting comparison for me would go against the fact that I think either Laura or Jan wrote the note. I'm not a handwriting expert. This handwriting, though, is very similar to to Karen's handwriting in a lawsuit. I know that Laura and the Owens family like to shit on this community. And the one thing that I love the most is that they are willing to put out any evidence, even if it goes against what everyone might be thinking or what everyone wants to think. And that's the thing. This is directed at Laura. If you came out with true and honest and multiple different, right, not just HCG, multiple different pieces of evidence that you were pregnant, this community would have accepted it. And that would have been it. And that's like what I think really people need to look at with this. It is so respectful when a community can be like, here's evidence. It may not look, it may, I guess, go against the cause, but they're willing to do the work to find the real evidence. Is a napkin lady in the room with us? Maybe. So here's all the comparisons. And that's what we know about this. So I think that, right, evidence-based. What about 10 HCGs? No. I'm going to see if I could do this pop-out chat again and if this is going to help us. Let's see if my chat freezes again. If my chat freezes again, then you know what? The show must go on. Guys, I am fearful. I'm never getting my voice back. So, heard an argument and came to the wrong conclusion as to who was abusing whom. She had a snapshot. Right, she had a 30-second snapshot. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. All right, so then we're going to go back to this. And, you can't blame her. You can't blame her for being on a plane, seeing what she thinks is a person in distress, and trying to help. Petitioner Laura Owens respectfully, who ever have you respectfully addressed? Who? 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 Who, girl? Who? I'll wait. Ah. Oh no, I'm devastated. Oh no. If I came back with 10, respectfully, question mark, if I showed my husband 10 HCG tests right now, pregnancy tests, you would see him swan dive head first off our roof. You would be like, I'm out of here. I am out of here. Laura Owens respectfully requests or demands that this court waive the requirement for live testimony at the upcoming evidentiary hearing on her request to renew the domestic violence restraining order pursuant to Family Code 217C and the Americans with Disabilities. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck, girl. Fuck you. RJ, you're in timeout. And the Americans with Disabilities Act. Show me your fucking disabilities. Show them to me. Show me your proof. Petitioner further requests that this motion be sealed pursuant to California rules due to the inclusion of confidential medical information and escalating threats from a harassment group known as Justice for Clayton. Chronic laryngitis. I think when I got sick and I lost my voice, I ruined it. Chronic laryngitis. That's a thing? Yeah, I wonder why she thinks she's entitled to all of this. Exactly. All right, well, I can't read through this whole thing with a straight face, so let's go with some horror music. No. Let's go with some silly quips. Silly quips. And then some Laura Owens voice. Laura, are you here?
I am. Hi, I've been waiting all day. It's not like I work or anything.
Okay. Let's see. What do we got for sillies? Goofy. I'm putting goofy because this girl be goofy. Silly energy. Pranked. Bugs in the attic. What's that? Nope. How do I feel? What's in quirky? Show me quirky. Quirky classical? Oh, yeah. Maybe? Hold on. How about retro parody? Gentleman's Jukebox? You better shut up. Oh, thank you, RJ. Can't tell you how much I need that today. Hand puppet? Oh my God. All right, here we go.
The case arises from a stipulated domestic violence restraining order DVRO issued by this court in 2018 after the initial order was violated by respondent Michael Marraccini. This court renewed the order in 2020 for a period of 5 years. Petitioner, yuck, now alleges Mr. Marraccini committed multiple additional violations of the renewed order, including traveling from California to Arizona in June of 2024 for the purpose of intentionally violating the order, not the fact that he was subpoenaed into a court of law, not the fact that the judge granted it. None of that matters. For that reason, petitioner, yuck, asks this court for relief including extending the order, permanently issuing an order to show cause why respondent should not be held in criminal contempt, and ordering that respondent be referred for criminal prosecution. For the reasons explained below, the requested relief is based on facts. Loosely, lightly. Facts. Which are, or should be, entirely undisputed. Because everything I said is true all the time, and nobody can tell me otherwise. My chat is failing again. I'm so sorry. So I'll have to go back to chat, and I can't pull it up on the screen. Alright, you guys want circus music? Circus might be better. Respondent cannot and presumably will not deny that in May of 2024, he publicly released nearly 2,500 pages of private, confidential text messages between the parties, and that he did so despite never being compelled or permitted to do so by any other court, order, subpoena, or by any other legal requirement.
Hey, I don't know if you know this, but I can release any text messages at any time. Any email I want at any time. Did you know that? Yeah, you can just do that. Hi, Maddie.
Further, respondent cannot deny that in June of 2024, he traveled from California to Arizona with the intent to violate this court order, and that he actually did violate this court order by coming within 300 feet of the petitioner. Even though my court order says 100 feet, and it seems that I cannot do simple math, because this is how many are in my court order. This is how many he did. So, because these facts are either undisputed or not subject to any good faith dispute, there is no factual disagreement for this court to resolve. Rather, any defense respondent may raise presents purely a question of law, i.e., does respondent have a valid legal excuse for his actions?
Yeah. He had a fucking subpoena that was granted by the judge, you tea towel.
Because this case presents only legal disputes, not factual disputes, this court should exercise its discretion and exclude live testimony pursuant to CalFam Code. Good cause exists for this request because material facts are not in controversy. Live testimony is not necessary for the court to assess either side's credibility, and other facts exist which would make live testimony unnecessary and inequitable. Procedural history is the background facts on matters
as follows. Respondent stipulated to a 2-year domestic violence restraining order. The DVRO was renewed for an additional 5 years. And the time citing not only continued threats and harassment, but new egregious and federally prosecutable violations. Yeah. Give it a rest, you melt. Wouldn't it be fun if Laura released all her communications with Mike without cherry picking anything out, just dumped it? Yeah, I would, oh my God, I would love it. I would love it. Would love it. So is Parapet? Did I see Parapet in the chat? Hi, Parapet. So maybe she won't testify at her criminal trial. She must know she's a terrible witness. I don't know. She's just an all-around terrible human being. So then it goes on that petitioner filed a request to renew the DVRO permanently. The request was supported by declarations from the petitioner. These declarations explained that the respondent violated the order by traveling from California to Arizona. And this was because of Clayton's trial or hearing or trial, the June 10th trial, June 10th hearing. These declarations further explain that he engaged in other independent violations by posting threatening messages on social media. Let her cook. Tell your story, girl. Threatening messages on social media is him posing with his new guy besties. Also by releasing private information concerning respondent and her family. And engaging in other threatening and harassing conduct, which included releasing text messages, which contained private sexual and medical information. Sure, Jan. And then she's going to cite this case, marriage of Ned Carney. His conduct is a matter of law sufficient to grant the requested relief. Ned Carney involved an allegation that a former romantic partner violated the Domestic Violence Protection Act by, among other things, accessing private emails of his former partner. This is not what he did. This is not even what you're claiming he did. How does your brain work? How does it work? How do you wake up in the morning, go out of the house, somehow make it back in the house at the end of the night? He released his own text messages of you. And you are citing a case where Ned Carney alleges that their former partner was accessing their private emails. Ouch. I'm ouchy. There will be no logic here. There will be no logic here. Her parents walk her in and close the screens and tell her they're uncuttable so she won't fall in the pool. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. He released his own text messages. So here's this case where their partner was accessing their private emails. The trial court initially dismissed the petition explaining such conduct may very well be illegal, but I don't think that it rises to the level of conduct that is amenable to the Domestic Violence Prevention Act. The Court of Appeal reversed, holding physical abuse and threats are not necessary to support relief under DVPA. Rather, other types of psychological threats, such as accessing, releasing private messages, are sufficient. Is it releasing or is it accessing? Girl, I got Google at my fingertips. Marriage of Ned Carney. Okay, so marriage of Ned Carney. And I'm just going to ask, is it only accessing or also releasing messages? Oh. All right. All right. All right. All right. A lobotomy. Get the fuck out of here. This is so funny. All right. This is not something that I often like to do, but I will give credit where credit is due. And that is to Laura Owens. The Ned Carney ruling explicitly covers both accessing and releasing messages. Releasing third messages to third parties like employers, friends, or family is legally viewed as a tool for harassment, coercion, or reputational damage.
Emotional damage.
It is not. This guy was accessing things he was not a party to. Mike was a party to his messages. He can release them. Okay. Can you release your own messages? Yes, you can legally release messages you have sent or received, but you face severe risks of violating family court orders or privacy laws. While you own your half of a conversation and generally do not need hacking to access, publicly releasing messages can still land you in legal trouble depending on where, why, and how you share them. So, she does have a point. I hate to say it. Ugh. The plain meaning of the phrase disturbing the peace of the other party in section 6320 may be properly understood as conduct that destroys the mental or emotional calm of the other party. ID 1487, the court concluded with the following summary. In the present case, we determined that allegations in Darshana's application and declaration are facially sufficient for showing of abuse within the meaning of the DVPA. We assume without deciding the truth of Darshana's allegations that Dada's conduct, including accessing, reading, and publicly disclosing. Okay, but these are confidential. Right. It was a court exhibit. You guys, okay. And this conduct caused her to suffer shock and embarrassment. So okay, two things are happening here. Everybody get off my back, okay? Everybody get off my back. Two things are happening here. Number one, I was right to shit on her because she is not using this case in the way that she should be using as an example for Michael Marraccini, including accessing, reading, and publicly disclosing the content of Darshana's confidential emails. So this man went into her emails, hacked them, and put them out into the world. Can't do that. Nay, bad. Don't do it. However, this does say that you can still get in trouble for releasing text messages. That's all I'm saying. So just be careful. Was in the wife's email. Right. Okay. Two things are happening. You can get in trouble if you release receipts. How dare you? Justice for Laura Owens. Okay. So two things are happening. I have found out that if you have receipts, you can get in trouble. And also, she's using this case wrong. So there's that. Was the order ever granted? In conclusion, the Court Appeals observed the trial court was not required to allow oral testimony by Darshana's witness because the general rule is that the trial court is empowered to determine motions upon affidavits and has the discretion to refuse oral testimony for the same reasons described based on solely, rules of the relevant part. Ned Carney order was granted. Let me see. The wife initially was granted a temporary restraining order, but the final outcome required an appeal. The trial court dismissed her application. The trial judge ruled that the husband's email snooping did not count as abuse under California law. The appellate court win. She appealed the dismissal. The California Court of Appeal reversed the trial judge's decision. They ruled that her application was legally sufficient because digital harassment does constitute abuse by disturbing the peace. And they ordered the trial court to reinstate the case and hold a full hearing on the merits. Did she have to testify? The wife did not have to testify at the initial trial court proceeding. The judge dismissed her case. The husband argued that the court should have allowed his witness to give oral testimony. However, the appellate court clarified that the trial judge has the legal discretion to decide domestic violence motions based on entirely written declarations, affidavits, without forcing the parties or their witnesses to give live oral testimony on the stand. Does that make sense for anybody asking those questions? But if nothing was ever granted. So it just says that he argued it, but the judge said the judge has the right to not put anybody on the stand. So there's that. Does this clear up anything? What are you using for the questions? Trying to figure out the best place? Google? I use Google all the time. I'm a googly bitch. It's been a minute since I read that case, but I think he was also emailing her business contacts and pretending to be her. Huh. Releasing private text messages in family court can be viewed as bad faith by the judge, who has way more latitude than he should. On appeals, you'd be fine, but you would lose your kids in the meantime. I see. Okay. Based on the standards, good cause exists for the court to refuse to receive live testimony for multiple reasons. So Mike cannot dispute that he traveled from California to Arizona on June 10th. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yeah, I'm citing the law. Oh, I think she's citing it as a point of law in the appeal and is worth consideration in regard to the TPRO-RO, but not guarantee such an order shall be granted. Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm using Google. If you Google, it'll bring up the case. It'll be the first one. You just put in marriage versus, or of Ned Carney. Because the fact is undisputed, there is no need for the court to receive the live testimony. Only relevant issue is whether respondent has any legal defense. He does, though. He had a subpoena to be in the courtroom. I know she's leaving it out for a reason. I know. Plot twist. The only relevant issue is whether respondent has any legal defense for his conduct. Live testimony is unnecessary for a respondent to explain his position or legal arguments. He may submit a declaration in writing briefly offering any explanation or defense he believes proper. The respondent has openly admitted that he did not travel to Arizona for any legitimate lawful purpose. When? Marraccini appeared in a 2.5-hour interview in which he admitted he knew he was not traveling for the purpose of testifying in court. I knew I wasn't going to be testifying. But you still have to go. If they had the time, they would have called him. Her attorney definitely thought I was going to be testifying. And there they are. It's kind of scary to know that Laura has screenshots of all these people. It's kind of ominous. Respondents disregard. God damn it, my chat is going to piss me off so bad. Right. Mike is allowed to testify. Mike is allowed to travel and testify. And also, I mean, the judge said yes. The judge could have extended the hearing on the spot. Exactly. Another great point. Michael Marraccini escalated his retaliation by publicly defaming petitioner, misrepresenting facts of the DVRO, and disclosing protected private health information. He also said it's completely fabricated. Oh no, he lied. He said you lied. We all know about this. Furthermore, during the same interview, respondent publicly disclosed petitioner's sensitive mental health information. Okay. Respondent's 2.5-hour YouTube interview in which he denied court-validated findings, disclosed petitioner's mental health history, and mocked her allegations. I mean, I'm sad she's got all my besties screenshotted, and I don't. Right. What private medical information? What private medical information? The ones that you put all over the internet? What? I mean, if you sent it to him, it's no longer a private matter. Also, there's that. The abuse was committed publicly for the purpose of humiliating petitioner to a wide audience. Is that not what you tried to do to Clayton? Provides further good cause for the court to decline live testimony. A third and final reason. Because I don't want to. Because the respondent is an active member. I'm going to ask him if he has a punch card. In a cult-like organization called Justice for Clayton, or JFC, which has been ruthlessly asking me if I have provable evidence and attacking petitioner, her family, and her attorney for over 2 years following the filing of petitioner's paternity case against former Bachelor star. Just make sure we have to have it in there. The former Bachelor star. Did you know he was on the... Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you knew he was on The Bachelor, and a 2 if you didn't. A 2 if you didn't. Schmear campaign mob. Put a 1 in the chat. Did you guys know he was The Bachelor? He was The Bachelor. Not a bachelor, but The Bachelor. Does anyone recall her saying he was The Bachelor? Justice for Clayton emerged as a group devoted to retaliating against petitioner and doing everything possible to destroy her. Though JFC was formed initially to support Mr. Eckerd, the respondent in the Arizona paternity action filed by petitioner, JFC members have actively inserted themselves into matters unrelated to that case, including this proceeding. Funny, it's all related, Laura. It's all related. Among other things, the JFC group has done the following. Obtained and widely disseminated petitioners' July 9th DVRO renewal filing on social media within 24 hours of its submission to the court. Yeah. You want to know why? Because I did not know he was a bachelor. Tell me more. What happened to my... Now I can't use my chat again? Oh my God, I hate everything about today. Mercury, stop being in Gatorade. Why do you hate me? Did you know that you can put up court documents that are open to the public on a public forum? Did we know that? Did we know that? Ugh. Triggering a new wave of targeted harassment and online ridicule against petitioner. if you didn't do ridiculous shit, there would be nothing to ridicule. So, you know, members of the group referred to the Marraccini DVRO as phony. How dare they? Phony? Phony? Right. You did that to yourself. And falsely cast respondent as the victim, despite having no personal knowledge of the underlying facts or incidents that led to the issuance of the original order in 2018, well before the group's formation. Formation in 2023. And then I knew he was a bachelor, but not the effing bachelor, right? Respondent has seized on this ignorance and worked exhaustively to frame himself as emotionally fragile and unfairly targeted, using sympathetic narratives to invite public support and cast petitioner as the aggressor. How dare he use a page out of my playbook that when I need something, I go to the internet and fucking cry. Flying goose formation? It's the flying V. Oh, God. I heard a criminal defendant yell at the judge the other day, "You always rule against my pro se emotions." The judge, "Have you ever considered that you're wrong?" One such narrative centers on a man he repeatedly described as his Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! How dare you? How dare you? She who brings up Parkinson's and whatever the fuck else Ron Owens has at every opportunity that you can. Every time it so fucking behooves you, your father is dying again. Michael has his father who actually passes away, and you put fucking quotation marks around it? Fuck off! All the way off. All the way off. Off. Because if I have to hear about your daddy's fucking Parkinson's one more goddamn time, and the fact that you scream, "My dad's a handicap," for no reason, and you put dying stepfather in quotation marks, ah! I fear this is why I won't be able to get my voice back. Please stop yelling. Stevie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you guys for the flowers. We are yelling. Oh, God. I'm sorry, Stevie. It just makes me so mad that this man was going through something so devastating, and she just sent text after text after text after text, and so did her family, or so did she if it wasn't her family, whoever it was, and he didn't have a moment of peace to grieve a man that he loved And she uses her dad at every opportunity and then puts dying stepfather. Thank you, Tiff. The man is gone. Not dying. At this point, he's dead. Coco Gadget Bacon. But it was worth it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about my yelling. Yelling becomes you. Thank you. I enjoyed my slick back and I was in the pool yesterday. You guys, I got drunk and played mermaids with my daughter for 2 hours on Friday. It was awesome. But anyways, I got tan and I put this in my hoops. I'm feeling extra Hispanic today. What doc is this? This is Laura asking if she can just write her testimony instead of getting on the stand. Anyways. Described his, quote, dying stepfather during the course of the relationship, a claim designed to evoke sympathy. Tell me, Laura, why is it that you tell everybody about your father who is in your words, a handicap? Why is it that you do nothing but bring up his Parkinson's? Why is it that every time you don't get your way, he has cancer or whatever it is? You have to go to the oncologist, or he has a heart thing, or he has this, or he has that. I have to ask you, does your dad know that he has all of these fucking ailments? And if he does he know that you're using them specifically to garner sympathy? Muy bonita, thank you. Every accusation is a confession. I'll serve it. You're so ridiculous. Please keep yelling. My son is asleep and I have to channel you so I don't screw myself. Okay. I'll make sure to like slide my mic down a little bit when I'm screaming and then I'll just slide it back up. Ugh. I bet Jan's using Ron's dying against Laura and saying whenever they're trying to push back. Oh, maybe. Weekend at Ron's. Omar and many were fantastic. Brad and Rachel. I recommend some throat coat tea. Oh. Clayton uses her, I'm sorry. What? Laura uses her father's health issues to garner sympathy for herself. Mike never asked for sympathy. He asked for peace and quiet. Right. He has to be able to grieve. And she couldn't give that to him. Let me tell you, Laura's brain cells work as hard as she does. They've never had a W-2. Humanize him to the online audience. Humanize him. So that's why I said Clayton, because I was going to make a joke about Clayton, and then I was like, once you said throat coat, like, I guess I got to call Clayton, huh? So he used the fact that his stepdad is dead and the fact that we have all the text messages from you at that time to humanize himself. To humanize. Keep it on stage when singing. All right, I'll try throat coat. Where do I get it? You know, my husband will see this portion and be like, I got a throat coat for you. Do you have mermaid tails? No, I don't. I don't. Can I tell you guys a secret? One time, I played mermaids when I was like 8 in a hotel pool. I played mermaids so hard, and I was pretending so hard that I was at the bottom of the pool and I went to breathe in and I almost drowned because because I was playing mermaids and I got so into it and I was like, right. Oh my gosh, not that kind. Um, in truth, this individual was his mother's former boyfriend, not a legal familial stepfather. Are you fucking joking? Are you joking? In truth, this individual was his mother's former boyfriend. Let me tell you something. My stepdad, tilt my mic. Why? What's wrong with my mic? Almost drowned. My mom was not impressed. Mine is blue. My mermaid tail is blue. Hey, guys, no, listen. They're press-ons. Okay? I did them. They're from BT Art Box. They have not budged. They have not budged. They are press-on nails so that I don't bite my nails so that I can go get my nails done. Aren't they so cute? They were $14 on Amazon. Please. Okay, listen. My mom and my stepdad got together when I was 11. They got married when I was 12. But this is horrific. My stepdad and my mom got divorced when I was 22, 23. And he is still my stepdad. So, I mean, there are people who are not related to me in the way that I may say that they're related to me. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be any less devastated when they pass away. Even respondent once acknowledged the relationship's hollowness. 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 Turn the volume down, people. Now I'm crashing out. Yeah, abuse through illegal filing. And then using this, I'm all right. The funeral was yesterday, and my mom was never mentioned once, so I feel bad for her. You know, there are so many times that I get on here, and then, I'll have fun, and we'll have a kiki and whatever, and we'll get offline. And there are moments, right? There are moments that I go about my day, and I'm like, I do wonder if she ever saw my content. And like, because I really get into the moment, right? I get into these things. I'm reading them for the first time. They're shocking me for the first time. There's a lot of times that I get out of here and I'm like, it's interesting when you think about people in the real world seeing your content. How does that affect them? And I think about it that if I had somebody online like myself every day reading me to fucking filth, it would eat me up. It would eat me up. But I think that's because I try mostly to do like good in my life. I don't feel bad for the content that I make. I don't. There are certain times where I'm like, in the beginning, where I was like, maybe you should pivot to something else. Because, there's just whatever. You are an abhorrent, deplorable, worth nothing human being. That's what I think about you. That's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have it. The fact that you would use somebody's family member, whether they're related to them or not, in this sense, and talk about, well, it was just her former boyfriend, and the relation's hollowness. What is it that you know about a relationship's hollowness, Laura? When have you ever been in a relationship of worth? You are a hollow human being, which is why you can't relate to the rest of us. You can't relate to Mike when he loses somebody who is important to him because you are hollow. You are empty. You will never know what it's like to have a relationship full of love. The selective and misleading framing is emblematic of a respondent's broader strategy of a narrative manipulation, presenting himself as a wounded party to distract from judicial record that does not support this claim. Did you or did you not send text after text after text, even after he asked you not to? While his stepdad was dying, you sent him text after text about yourself. The Justice for Clayton group has seized upon these distortions, amplifying them as a fact, using them as justification to vilify and harass petitioner across multiple platforms. Don't start none, won't be none. And we love beans. We're all full of beans here. Organized in-person attendance at petitioner's Arizona court hearing in June, which are open to the public. What's up? The door's locked. Come on, baby. Oh, shit, girl. Girl, you can't be showing them titties on my live. I wasn't going to. Oh. Yes and no. Tell me yes. You guys. Tell me yes. Pork chop is here. Go ahead. Pork chop will be going to a concert. And as a mother, no, go ahead. Show him. Show him. Show him. Go ahead. Give him. Here, I'll zoom out. You can give him this full spin. Okay.
I'm chopping it up.
Go ahead. Top from Amazon. Shorts, Amazon. Boots. I don't know. Wow.
You like it, yes or no?
As a mother, but also as a former sloot.
Put some respect on my name, okay?
I am now a mother who used to be a former slut. Look at our girl thriving. Thriving. Get you some. As a mother, though. As a mother. I'm a mother. Although at 25, girl, I was going out in my underwear. Underwear. Where are you going today? Oh, wait. I guess. Who are you going to see?
It's the same thing. Whether I say where I'm going or who I'm going to see.
Okay, I'll tell you guys later. Hold on. All right, I'll tell you later where she's going. What genre? I take it's country? Okay. This is not the same girl from last month. Look at our girl thriving.
No, I'm not.
Drink tequila, sloot, flaunt it queen. It's all covered, mama. I know. Girl, you have the twin gene. Be careful out there. Damn, you look amazeballs, looking good. Looks amazing to be young again. Who wears short shorts?
I do now.
Looking good. What am I watching right now? Omar! No, Omar's a dad. Omar's daddy.
I'm so sorry.
I hope Lo is watching this wholesome, supportive family. You're looking at my 25-year-old sister, Omar. That's what you're looking at. Who got broken up with by her fiance. Actually, she would have been getting married this week.
Oh, fuck.
She would have been getting married this week. Holy shit. Well, go out there, girl. Go ahead. Snail trail all over the place. I believe in you. Carry on the family. Carry on the family legacy. I got to show you guys some of the shit that I dressed in at 25. I was dressing in corsets and underwear. Give it another decade. They said you have to wear sunscreen.
It's inside.
It's inside.
I don't put sunscreen. No. It's around all my koozies.
She said, let freedom ring. That's on all my koozies. Oh, my God.
For shots.
Who is that?
That's from Mary.
My God, Mary.
Mary just gave
Mother Mary.
Mother Mary full of grace. Go put on a robe.
I was going to put the coat on.
What is that, corduroy? Oh.
$20. Amazon. Next day shipping.
Should be up to your neck. Turtlenecks.
That'll make it worse.
Get out of here. Go. Get away from me. Go put those things away. Ugh.
I want to stay.
You'll stay in the back? All right. Well, I'm reading, so.
Did you tell him I slapped a 40-year-old man?
No, I don't want to tell people that you committed a felony.
I assaulted somebody.
Yes.
A man.
Over the 4th of July weekend. No, I'm not going to tell this story. I'll tell it in the members.
I know.
I'm not telling this story. I know too much about crime to tell this story.
I'm still here, ain't I?
Guys, thanks for the gifts. Mary, thank you so much. I will make sure that she has money for shots. Don't just let anyone motorboat those puppies. Get out of here. Oh, God. Let's hear it. Did he deserve it? All right.
The people want to hear
They
it.
do want to hear it. My sister's 25 and she went to a party. And there was a man, 40, who would not stop touching her.
Well, back up. So, my friend wanted to get
That's the international you're gonna be an auntie in 9 months outfit.
Thank you, Lo. Here, come here. Tell them. Start from the beginning.
Well, let's scoot over.
Oh, my God. It's not that hard to move. Here. Just don't yell.
Okay. Well, so then he started talking to me.
Hold on. So she was sitting at a party, and there was this 40-year-old guy.
Okay. Then he started talking to me, and my friend was like, I think he likes you more. And I was like, why do you think I'm being a bitch? So then we were playing this game, and I won, and he kept pushing me and grabbing me, and I got up.
But, like, grabbing her.
Like,
and, like, caressing her. And she's asked him to stop multiple times.
yeah, so then I asked him to stop, and he didn't. And I got up and I slapped the fuck out of him in front of everybody. And he was like, oh my God. He's like, I was just joking. And I said, don't put your hands on me if you don't want me to put my hands on you.
And I said,
okay. And then I went to the bathroom, came back, and he started running away from me. And I said, don't get butthurt. And then I had to do the walk of shame home. Because she yelled at me and told me I was going to get arrested.
the just joking manipulation phrase, they said.
Yeah. And then he kept saying, he's like, why don't you like me? You don't like me. You hate me. I said, why do you sound like a bitch right now?
Please like me.
Well, that's what I said. I'm like, give me attention.
So
Please.
Omar's a lawyer. He just said, sounds like self-defense from a handsy, depressed, drunk 40-year-old with no home training. I'll represent you.
Perfect. I'll wear this.
No is a full sentence.
I know.
Oh, my God. All right. Go take.
No, I'm not seeing him again.
Go take $50 out of my wallet and get yourself some shots. Tilted lawyer on retainer.
This is hot as hell.
Don't be smelling up my Letterman jacket. Don't be stinking up the joint.
So sorry.
All right. I have to get back to work. Oh, God. Yeah, I would say, like, if there was a 40-year-old man touching me in a way that I didn't want to, he could catch these hands.
For real.
They're rated E for everyone.
I felt so empowered after
She goes, I felt so empowered.
I went to the bathroom and I was like,
If there's not $50 in my wallet, I'll Venmo you. See you later, Toot Toot. Lock the door. Bye, bitch. Have the best time.
we're not going till later. You'll probably be done.
Okay. You know, I went from like regular t-shirts in high school to shirts in my 20s that were like down to my belly button. And I would go out dancing just like in my bras and underwear. And as I've gotten older, and now I'm 40, I have shirts that are just like, I love crew necks. I love crew necks. But then I see my sisters, and they're all young and beautiful, and I'm like, I want to be a slut again. I want to dress like a slut.
For taxes and fees.
Mary! Mary, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Slattern justice for Mr. Bears. I know. I know. Mr. Bear, like if I started dressing like a slag, Mr. Bears would be like, "Yeah. Yeah." He'd be like, "Let's go." I always ask him, I'm like, "Is this too much?" He's like, "It's never enough." I could be out in public and he's like, "No. Never enough. You're going to be fine." Like, okay, whatever. Okay, well, everyone, and that was Pork Chop. Pork Chop was supposed to get married to her former fiance. She was with him for 4 or 5 years, and she was supposed to be getting married like this week, and then he broke up with her. If you want to see that story, it's in my members. She'll be moving at the end of this summer. I think you guys, so I think we're all going to take a sister trip, and I'm going to vlog it, but I'll put it on members because my sister is or my kids will be in there. If my wife started dressing like that, I'd be like, "What did I do?" I'm always like, "You want to buy me something?" And he's like, "Yes." Man, I love making lives. You never know what's going to happen. My son just told me he's taking me to a concert for my birthday. I'm going to be 70, so I guess that outfit is out of the question. Is it? Is it? He is very proud of me. He is. Yeah, Mary is the official supporter of Pork Chop getting her groove back. That's true. That's true. I have to tell you, I was very worried when we moved her out that day and when he broke up with her. I was worried. I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be bad. And we're just going to have to nurse her back to health." It literally took her one day and she was like, "I'm over it." But you know what? I wish his family did it a little different because, obviously I don't ever want to see her hurt. But at the same time, I'm glad they did it the way that they did so she could see their true colors. And I think that's what helped get her like out of that situation. That's what helped her like be like, "Oh, this is who you guys really are." Yeah, Pork Chop gets her groove back. All right, let's get back to this depressive shit. That was fun. Oh, so they organized an in-person attendance at Petitioner Arizona's court hearing in June of 2024, where more than 50 members showed up. And I thought you said it was close to 100. Why are the numbers dwindling? You said it was close to 100. You said. They have already begun organizing in-person support for Mike at the hearing in San Francisco. JFC operates a network. A network. You guys, it was utter hell. You guys run a network. Look at how organized you are of social media and internet resources devoted solely to attacking and harassing Petitioner. But don't you also have justiceforlauraowens.com? Or don't you have a little JFL of your own? I mean, is that not what you have? Technocult. She doesn't know how to count. Oh, God. These pages include a primary Instagram account looked at. So here, and here. Shortly after the renewal petition, was filed in this manner, JFC's primary Instagram account began posting solicitations for coverage of this matter by local San Francisco news media, as well as inviting members of the general public to attend. These posts falsely state that this court is allowing media outlets to broadcast and photograph the hearing. Oy. Thank you, Holly. It's a Rico. Hi, After Hours. How are you? All right. Members of the hearing, public hearing, blah, 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 blah. What's the Hulu and documentary? It's a long story. You'll have to go. It's at the very beginning. Or I can recap it at the end. But Laura just is jealous she doesn't have a network with this strong signal. Yeah, I mean... Oy. Respondent's sister, who regularly posts on Reddit under the handle... What's the handle? Is it not honk my meat? Continues to engage in targeted harassment against petitioner and her family. Following respondent's June 2024 interview with content creator Megan Fox, Miss Blank publicly applauded her brother. Yeah. Aw, after hours, that's so kind. Writing, I'm so grateful that your demeanor, truth, authenticity, and kindness are finally seen, and you're no longer silenced by manipulation and fear. Oh my God. Oh my God. How dare she? How dare she say that she applauds her brother for showing truth, authenticity, and kindness? How dare? How dare? Discord name, not a Reddit name. I still like it. I just like to say it. Honk my meat. How is any of this legally relevant? Parapet, just go ahead and take out legally and just ask the question of how is any of this relevant? Oh my God. This was more than a swipe at petitioner. Girl, this is what you call a swipe? This is what you call a swipe? This is a swipe? This is a swipe? Her sister saying that she's proud of her little, or her big brother. I don't know who is where and what, but it was brazen. It was a brazen misrepresentation of the legal reality. Neither the San Francisco Superior Court nor any other court modified the standing DVRO to permit respondents to speak freely about the protected party. Yet! Did it say that he couldn't? Does it say that he can't talk about her in the DVRO? Yet both respondent and his sister acted through the order, though the order had been lifted. Also, too, you don't have the DVRO on her. She can say whatever she wants, girl. You have no DVRO on her. Weaponizing that false narrative to cast petitioner as a manipulative oppressor. And respondent as a silenced truth teller. This deliberate distortion not only undermines the authority of the court, but emboldens further harassment by suggesting that court order protections no longer carry weight. Tell me, do court order things for you carry weight? I'll wait. I'll wait. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube today. And my chat's all messed up. Mercury is on her period. We don't know what she's doing. Most recently, in June of 2025, Miss Blank commented on a Reddit thread discussing a credit card lawsuit filed by JP Morgan Chase against petitioners' elderly parents. Elderly. I'm not using that for sympathy or to humanize myself. Elderly. A handicap. I'm so sorry. Who have been struggling financially. I thought you had $200,000 in the bank, bitch. The fuck? Ugh. She also purposely doxed his sister in this filing. Also, good point. And Bacon can't see any of them. I can't see anything. You don't have the right to people just believing everything you say. What? Now, after hours, I know for a fact you're a lawyer. And I know that's not true. I know that when I walk into a courtroom, whatever I say goes. Unless it doesn't. Petitioner's father, who is 79 years old and has lived with Parkinson's for 24 years. It's been 84 years. And has survived 4 separate battles with cancer, despite Miss Blank publicly mocked the situation, writing, JP Morgan, you rock. Get this pathetic criminal family to pay their bills. Bacon has the vapors. What? God. Fainting couch. Oh, Lord. Just an aside, she hasn't refuted that they're tools. So I think using her a lot. I forgot about Tool. I love tools so much. And it's getting real for these tools. I didn't see that. Hi, Julie. Is just an unskilled gamer, but he did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. Wait, I thought you were a lawyer. I'm so confused. Reflecting a level of cruelty that further underscores the vindictive and harmful nature of the harassment tied to respondents' support network. These cumulative actions, coordinated online attacks, public dissemination of confidential filings. Hi, Laura, listen. There's this thing. You might have learned about it once if you paid attention in school. Where is it? Hold, please. Yeah. So, there's this thing called the Constitution. I don't know if you know about it. It's a piece of paper. It was brought here by some guys with some funny haircuts. And, they all just got together and they were like, these are the rules. And it states that we have a right of access, a public right of access to judicial proceedings and documents in both criminal and civil trials and cases, right? And that's so that the judicial system has like checks and balances and it remains transparent. So I don't know, like it was a class called Social Studies. Personal humiliation of petitioner and her family, and planned and in-person confrontations create a real and immediate risk for the re-traumatization. I really wish I could do signed on July 2nd, by the way. I really wish I could do a transatlantic accent, but I can't. I got to get better at it for like when she reads these. Re-traumatization and psychological harm. Should petitioner be required to testify live? I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can talk all this shit on my computer. I can talk all this shit in court filings. I can talk all this shit through Zoom. In person? Couldn't be me, girl. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. No. Ew, yuck. Oh. Foundationalist reader of the Constitution of the United States. Interesting. Interesting. The protective intent of California's Domestic Violence Prevention Act would be completely undermined by forcing a survivor. I'm a survivor. She just like listens to that. The problem with this was always the Sixth Amendment. Your right to a speedy trial. Is that speedy and public trial? Honk my homeowner's policy. Oh, what's in the Sixth Amendment? What's the Sixth Amendment? Tell me. Tell me the Sixth Amendment. Oh yeah, the right to confront your accuser. Yeah. Yeah. What Omar said. That's right. I use my Sixth Amendment all the time. I love to confront people. Right to trial, due process, blah, 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 blah. She's a sovereign uterus, a time traveler in the fallopian tubes. Her twins have no contract with the federal government. They don't. Forcing a survivor to confront both her abuser and his coordinated support network in a live public forum? How dare? How dare? Especially when there is no legitimate reason for doing so. She should have just put a period here. Especially when it just what was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason? I need that Cardi B. What was the reason? What was the reason? Petitioner respectfully submits that her medical diagnoses are supported by the valid treatment records and clinical assessments from multiple licensed medical providers, including, hell yeah, her psychiatrist at Spark Shift Psychiatry, neurology specialist at Barrow Neurological Institute, and her physician at Banner Health. Barrow is internationally recognized for its pioneering work in neurology and brain injury and operates the only known domestic violence brain injury program in the United States. Petitioner was formally admitted to this program following the end of her relationship. Wasn't that you were just on the books? Like you didn't actually go, but you were just in their portal? Such a crock of shit. Let's find out, shall we? I have Google pulled up for all these reasons. Spark Shift Psychiatry. Coming soon. I'm just going to bring this up because I'm not even fucking lying. Coming soon, where is it? To a telehealth platform near you. Provides telehealth evaluations. Guys. Sparkshift.com. Let's read, shall we? What we do, our process. Creating custom coaching and development programs and inspire immediate action while manifesting long term. This is not right. I don't believe this is right. Hold on. Spark Psychiatry. They don't have a website? There is no website for Spark Shift Psychiatry. Colleen Green is psychiatric nurse practitioner at Spark Shift Psychiatry and more in Arizona. But where is self-employed? Huh? Wait a second. So is Spark Shift like only one person? Psychiatric nurse. Here, look. Psychiatric nurse, practitioner at Spark Shift Psychiatry, and more. This is the only thing I can find for Spark Shift Psychiatry. Spark Shift Psychiatry here and more. Self-employed. So this is where she's stating that she's going to... Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm going to go into Instagram. Give me 1 second because I want to see... Where is it? Spark Shift coming soon to... This is on Instagram. So this is the same person. All right, I don't want to like out this person or put their personal stuff up here. But it seems operating out of Tucson. Okay. It seems only one person works there. So very interesting. Very interesting. Let's get back to my favorite part. The part that is going to make my beehole clench. Because I fucking hate her. The first one. Include but not limited to. The next time somebody asks me, what are your diagnoses? I'm going to say they include but are not limited to. A legitimate nurse practitioner with an interest in alternative medicine. Okay. Autism spectrum disorder. Epilepsy. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Traumatic brain injury. Panic disorder. Generalized anxiety disorder. Also, where are the doctors? Like where are the, the diagnosis papers? So, most recently, most urgently, petitioner was diagnosed with the most severe category of anorexia nervosa, binge eating purging type, the most critical classification under the current diagnosis framework. As of July 17th, she weighs 83 pounds, placing her in a state of severe malnourishment and physical risk. So this was on 7/23/25. Do we know if she was at any horse shows? She'll give you her login credentials. It carries heightened susceptibility to cardiac arrhythmia, hypotension, loss of consciousness, organ failure, and significant cognitive impairment, especially under conditions of emotional duress. Exactly the conditions she would be subjected to in a live courtroom hearing, particularly one involving her former abuser and a gallery of observers affiliated with a coordinated online harassment group. Great. What the fuck? What am I looking at? I want to be a lawyer just so I can read court filings if they are all like this. Petitioner has been the repeated target of vicious public ridicule and body shaming by online harassment group known as Justice for Clayton. No, nay, 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 nay. Not all of Justice for Clayton. So, Not all, only certain people in Justice for Clayton. Not I. I don't body shame. You know why? Because there's so much more to ridicule you for. Which has openly aligned itself with respondent and amplified his narrative through coordinated defamation, targeted memes, and monetized outrage. It does pay the bills, girl. I do have to say, it does pay the bills. Members of this group have referred to petitioner as a, quote, horse-faced anorexic, mocked her weight and medical diagnoses, or lack thereof, and disseminated dehumanizing content across Discord, YouTube, and Reddit. Is this not what you wanted when you said you wanted to be a public figure? Is that not it? Where's the lie? Right. Where's the lie? A widely circulated meme dated June 14th of 2025 exemplifies the kind of viral cruelty petitioner routinely endures. Oh, God. I thought I was highlighting chats this whole time. I'm not. Oh, my God. What? Honestly, I've never been a meme. I've never had anybody talk shit about me on the internet, but I hope when they do, because I know it's coming. I'm on the internet. I hope when they do, it's creative. That's all I ask. If you're going to talk shit to me, just make it funny. Oh, God. Wait, did they give it lip fillers? What is this? Why did they give it lip gloss? Oh. Among the many JFC affiliates, content creator Lauren, bitch, there will never be slander about my baby Lauren. Oops. I've hit two at once. That's how mad I am. It's a disco fire party. It's a disco fire party. Don't you ever talk shit about Lauren. Warrants particular attention.
I only liar pants on fire shame.
Fire shame. It's a fabulous fire. Oh my God. Demonic club music. What are we in the Blade movie? Oh God. Firefest. Not because she is the most popular or lucrative. Yeah, wouldn't that be Dave Neal? But because she is the only individual who formally petitioned this court for direct media access to the August 1st evidentiary hearing. Which is her right. Because you can have media access to keep transparency in the courts. Constitution, men with wigs. Do you see how it all comes tying back together? and despite lacking any professional journalistic credentials or affiliation, Miss Nady submitted a formal media request to permit coverage, which was denied. Yeah, everybody was denied. She's got more professional journalistic credentials than Laura Owens, who has a desire to be a content creator. That's for sure. And I don't know if you saw this the other day, but my girl Lauren interviewed Afro Man in an American flag suit. You know who can't say that? Laura Owens. What? Within 24 hours of that denial, Lauren retaliated. Or she just went online and made content, because that's what we do. White-powered wig. Right. I need a judge wig for when I read these. Retaliated by releasing a monetized YouTube video titled Con Artist Laura Owens Crashes Out. I need to get better at my titles. I need better titles. And wants her victim prosecuted. You're right. I'm forgetting the viral episodes of Laura's podcast. You know what? I'll wait for you to name them all, Jack. Name them all. Name them. Name them. Bruh. Lauren is so funny. In which she falsely claimed that the original restraining order was based on completely fabricated information. It could be her opinion. Guess what? She's allowed to have one. She did that episode with that person that wasn't her mom. And referred to respondent, who has been subject of a valid DVRO since 2018, as one of petitioner's victims. She escalated her campaign with another video entitled Help Mike Marraccini Fight His Abuser in Court, in which she again labeled petitioner as the abuser and openly encouraged her audience to donate to respondents' GoFundMe. Look at this, queen. Look at this. We stan. We stan. Although Miss Nighty is not the most widely followed or monetized figure profiting from this case. Is she making more money on YouTube than you? She is part of a much broader online ecosystem of content creators who have built a cottage industry around harassing, misrepresenting, and dehumanizing petitioner for profit. You know, it's fun. Right. What does this have to do with the DVRs? I'm so confused. I don't know. I don't know. Collectively, these individuals have released thousands of monetized videos. Why are you so bad about the money we're making? I mean, not me. I wasn't in this at the time, so I can't claim me. But why are you so mad about the money that everybody's making? Is it because you're fucking broke? Broke, girl, broke. And all you're trying to do is embarrass me? You want me to make you mad, Laura? When me, Patrick, and Tiff were on stream in Tiff's channel, she had over 600 people in the chat. How many people do you have in your chats? And I hope my girl Tiff got paid from that video. I hope she gets paid from all her videos. I hope all her content friends do. guess what? If you were this mad about it, you know what you could do? Start a YouTube channel monetizing this shit. Honestly, I think you should. I think you should. I mean, it won't last very long because you're going to prison, in my opinion. But, you know, I think you should. I think you should. Mocking petitioners' medical conditions, sharing private details of her legal proceedings. What private details? They are public. Public. New here, but my first dream I watched was the skin infection. Oh, first, I was like, what? And ER multiple visits and doctors. I just want to check on you. You're an amazing creator. Hope you feel better. I am. I still have the scar. It's here. But it's going away. So I am much better. Thank God, because that was very scary. I thought I was going to lose half of my face. Maybe because our podcast sucks. Oh, I need my horn. And promoting false narratives designed to incite hatred. I don't incite hatred. I don't tell anybody to hate you. You incite hatred on yourself because you keep doing dumb shit. Yeah, Big Tiff and Lauren are amazing. She's jealous that she's the only one who can't monetize this. Oh boy. Oh damn, Calamity. Let's not mention that she hasn't put out new content on her pod since before she blew Clayton. She's been busy. Miss Nighty alone has posted over 150 such videos since May. Did you know that we're allowed to do that on YouTube? Did you know that? Requiring petitioner to testify in person would only amplify the potential for further exploitation, screen captures, and viral mockery, which is not why we want you to go to trial. Big Tiff, you get monetized right now. I swear to God, I'll punch you in the knees. Right. Who was better? I put the promise writing sample in the low thread. Thank you, Aljagon. Serving no probative legal function, but inflicting profound emotional and medical harm.
Emotional damage.
Petitioner's physical health is fragile. Her psychic condition, acute. And the courtroom environment, particularly one populated by observers affiliated with an online harassment campaign, poses an undeniable threat to her safety and well-being. Wouldn't you, if this was all true, wouldn't you want to get up there because you're such a strong boss babe who has overcome this whole thing? Wouldn't you want to get on the stand and prove everybody wrong? Thank you, Aljagad. I don't, you're so strong. You're a survivor. You're not a victim. Wouldn't you want to get up on the stand and prove everybody wrong? So, by contrast, written testimony would provide the court with the same factual record without endangering petitioner or enabling further abuse. We aim to please. As you do. This pleases the court. Being held accountable for my actions makes me feel icky. Yuck. Petitioner anticipates a respondent may attempt to discredit her medical records by questioning their authenticity. How dare? How dare? I bring files to the court and they're going to ask questions about them. How dare? However, any such claim would be entirely speculative and unsupported by evidence. Petitioner is fully prepared to authorize HIPAA-compliant releases and welcomes any lawful effort by a respondent to verify the documentation directly with her licensed medical provider. So then why don't you do that? Why don't you do that preemptively? I'm just wondering. Absent such action, vague insinuations should carry no weight with the court. The sheesh is sheesh. I feel like Laura needs a little empowerment. We'll do that at the beginning and at the end. We will give it to her. Petitioner respectfully moves to file this motion under seal in accordance with California rules. Sealing is necessary to protect highly sensitive medical information and to prevent foreseeable and substantial harm stemming from the public dissemination of those materials. As outlined above, petitioner has been subjected, whatever, nobody cares, the risk of further public exposure, especially involving the deeply personal medical diagnosis and treatment details contained herein, is not hypothetical. They are really putting out memes of me. They are. They're doing it. First, I was afraid. I was petrified. Okay, so then prior pleadings have been obtained and weaponized in online forums, triggering renewed waves of hatred, body shaming, and emotional abuse.
Emotional damage.
How many times can I use that sound? M dash, I've missed you. Making me wait for my favorite song. All right.
Because that's what we do. We
Tell Laura to go to trial. Laura Owens, our king and queen.
Do it. We believe you. Tell your story.
I need a cigarette.
Go to trial.
Fake
You're
Jan
not
Black.
a liar.
How you doing,
We
girl?
believe you. Do it.
Hi, Fake Jan.
Hey,
Laura Owens.
Go to
trial, honey.
We believe you.
Everybody else,
is lying.
they
Go
all
to
lying.
Trial. Laura Owens, you can do it.
We believe you. All right, there you go. Fake Jan Black, thank you for that 10. I appreciate it. You could have bought a whole pack of cigarettes with that 10. But you gave it to me. How nice. Fake Jan Black, are we going to trial? She's always ready and prepared. Right. She's always ready and prepared. Just preemptively get it. Do the stanky leg. Bruce, you made it into the filing. Look at that moves. I'm going to put, yes, we're going to trial. I'm going to put Bruce just like in things and we'll see if we can find him. It'll be like a Where's Waldo, but like who's Moose? Falling on that YouTube money. He does. Look at. He's taking this from his jet plane. I'm on a midnight plane to Georgia. Leaving on a midnight plane. Oh my God. Good Lord. Petitioner submits that compelling interests include medical privacy, personal safety, blah, blah, blah. I want to seal this motion so people can't make fun of me anymore. Conclusion. The relief petitioner is seeking in this matter does not turn on her credibility. It does not require the court to assess competing narratives or weigh disputed facts. Stronger than yesterday. Bruce is how? I don't know why I read it like that. Bruce. Oh. Hi, Jupiter. Respondent has already publicly admitted on video that he knowingly traveled. Oh, God. Okay. Under no certain terms, he wasn't going to testify, which the restrained party openly admits to conduct that breaches a protective order. Good Lord. Who suffers from documented neurological and psychological conditions, aspiring in part from respondent's abuse. The law does not compel survivors to do this. Blah, 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 blah. My name is
Laura Owens.
My break was perfectly timed. Anyone want to buy 7-year-old horses? Oh my goodness. All right. Laura files a declaration of diligence in which she states Mike is avoiding service. In reality, the process server had the wrong address and later signed a declaration stating as such. That was accurate. That's exactly how you wrote it. Brazil. Okay, pee break. Everybody go. All right. Here I am. I do have to go get. I'll wait till the next. Wait, what? Subscribed. Let's see. How much of any of that had anything to do with Mike? 0. Right. The power of Christ compels you. Ain't nobody stopping you from going. I also had to go. So it's nice when people remind me to go to the bathroom. Steve called me a dumbass. Okay. So we have this. This is the declaration of what are we doing here? Here, I'll make this big. Let's see. So I received the within assignment for filing and or service. I attempted service on the servee. Servee address, Michael Marraccini home. Attempt 1. A woman answered the door with a newborn child in her arms. She informed me that Michael would not be back for a few days. She offered to take care of it, but I explained that it needed to be personal delivery. She responded that it was no problem and invited me to stop by in a couple of days. So I assume that's Danielle, right? I'm built for speed. I am speed. Attempt 2, arrive at the residence, but no one is answering the door right now. I will return later to check the trash if the trash cans have been brought in, and will attempt again. I spoke with Michael's wife, who informed me that he is in blank for another blank and will not be available during this time. I assured her that this is not an issue and offered her a business card so she can try to contact me if she has any questions. Okay, great. Sounds great. Does he moonlight? Oh my God. Malin and After Hours are having some sort of secret rendezvous in my chat. I like it. I like it. I feel privy to secret information. Laura files a declaration of Laura Owens in support to request to continue. Oh, fuck. How many pages is this? Hold on, wait. I don't want to see. How many pages is this? I'm going to go with 18. Oh, 6. All right. I thought it was going to be way more. All right. I am the petitioner. Again, 12,000. Oh, pork chop does look great. 5. You were close. 6. I am petitioner. I submit. I request for for this to be whatever. This case involves a long-standing Kletz domestic violence restraining order against Michael Marraccini. The order was entered by stipulation in October in San Francisco to provide additional background. Christ. Mr. Hudson made service attempts. However, despite repeat follow-up attempts, respondent failed to appear or accept service despite clearly residing at that location. According, okay, so we just read that. Ooh, I bet you this chapped her ass to write this. Respondent's wife, she's like, wife. Bet you she hates it. All right. Refusal to accept cannot be viewed in good faith. Clearly, his wife knew that he would be out of town for an extended period of time on attempt on July 21st, but did not inform him. It's not her job to. She doesn't have to. Yeah, right. Respondent's wife. She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to tell anybody shit about nothing. I care for you. I support you, but only if you're my boyfriend. Did we ever get an update? Yeah, we got the sheets. They got the sheets off in time. We got the sheets off in time. Don't worry. There is overwhelming evidence that the respondent had actual and timely notice of filing the hearing. Just one day after if somebody's coming to the door to look for my husband, I'm not telling them shit. Do you have a fucking badge? Are you a police officer? Because I ain't telling you shit about nothing, my man. Just one day after my filing was submitted to the court, the Justice for Clayton group attained it and began circulating my request to renew a restraining order. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, there's that. By me and my attorney, David Gingras, on social media. These included screenshots of sensitive court documents and mocked the contents of the renewal post. How did they get them, Laura? How did they get them? Is it because court filings are public? Is it that they're public? Right. Publicly accessible information is publicly accessible. Shocker. Oh my God. You can stand there while my dog tries to come. Right. Good Lord. How did she know that? Is she stalking us? JFC is an organized online group created by fans of Clayton Echard, who is The Bachelor. Did you know he was The Bachelor? Judge, did you know he was The Bachelor? He was The Bachelor. ABC's, yeah, ABC, Disney, The Bachelor. Did you know that? Clayton Echard is a bachelor. And the respondent in a paternity matter I filed in Arizona. Although originally formed to support Mr. Echard, the group has since found a King Julian. Yay. JFC members have relentlessly ridiculed and denied the abuse I endured on various social platforms. Okay, we've already read this. Again, I'm publicly accessible. Bitch, what? Regarding the uploaded handwritten sample, so the signature isn't perfect. Also, writing on the napkin with either my took more time. Timed it. Oh, nice. That seems harsh. Sounds like a pretty big deal to me. JFC conduct also includes mocking and publicly questioning my documented physical and mental health conditions, particularly my autism diagnosis, severe anorexia nervosa, and my enrollment in the Domestic Violence Brain Injury Program at Barrow Neurological Institute, the only program of its kind in the country. I am approximately 600 participants, one of 600 participants nationwide, and was admitted to the program following my relationship with respondent. If the respondent wishes to challenge the legitimacy of my medical conditions, he is welcome to do so through appropriate legal means. Or The gas! The gas! Did you know he was a bachelor? Should be a shirt. Facts, not in evidence. That's so funny. If the respondent wishes to challenge the legitimacy, then why don't you just bring them? Why don't you just prove your point? Prove your point. I don't understand. Like, if somebody called me out on something, I'd be like, here it is. Here it is. Dude, no, go to my messages. Hold on a second. My sisters are texting me. Okay. Including HIPAA-compliant medical record releases not through public insinuation or coordinated. Just get the documents. This could all be over if you just gave the documents. JFC's narrative ignores sworn third-party evidence. Note lady, a good Samaritan and stranger to both parties, submitted a signed declaration supporting the initial Klutz DVRO after witnessing the respondent verbally and emotionally abused me on a flight to Iceland. She described his conduct as scary and stated, he was so menacing that I felt that her life was at stake if she were to stay with him. Just 2 days after the JFC begun circulating my klutz. My klutz. Why are you circulating your klutz, girl? Renewal filings online. The respondent launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for this matter. How dare they? The campaign?
The campaign has raised over $10,000 to date, with nearly all contributions coming from members of the JFC community, and I am still broke.
His public engagement with those attacking me shows he is actively monitoring and participating in content directly connected to this case. Aren't you also doing that? Aren't you also? Okay. The respondent's active collaboration with the JFC group long predates this proceeding. He appeared in a podcast with Megan Fox, one content creator who's making money online, which is what I wanted to do, but I can't because I'm not talented. Oh, yeah. Oh, girl, how does 100K feel? That's right. I know that's right. Which can be viewed at, oh, thanks for her channel shout out. Respondent admitted that he knew he wasn't going to be testifying. Okay, great. In truth, the respondent violated the terms of the existing Klutz domestic order by appearing in person at the hearing without prior permission from this court. But he got it from the judge. Given the totality of the circumstances, including the respondent's awareness of this proceeding, his refusal to accept service, and his past violations, I respectfully ask the court to do one of the following. Continue the hearing to allow further attempts at personal service and that the restraining order remain in effect until that continue date. And you said one of the following. There should be or. Grant my motion to proceed by declaration, which would eliminate the need for a live hearing and would protect me from the re-traumatization of myself. Laura Owens. I know, I'm sorry. I'm tired. I like to, no logic. I've been sleeping better. The problem is I go hard on the weekends. And then I sleep good during the week. And it's like, I don't know. Laura files a declaration in, oh, we already did this. Okay. Thank you, God. A virtual hearing with Judge Gold. All right. So we got this. Oh, enter Omar. You should not show your klutz to everybody. Who wants to see my klutz? Omar has entered the chat. Literally and figuratively, if you're still here. Let's see. Hey! This court is the court. This is no service in this matter. Mr. Serrato will accept service on behalf of respondent by electronic means. The parties request a long cause hearing. Mr. Serrato estimates 2 days will have 5 to 7 witnesses along with the parties. Mr. Gingras has not seen a response by respondent, but at this point thinks this is straightforward and should take about 15 minutes. Okay? Okay. Mini minutes. The court finds good cause to set this matter for a long cause hearing on 21 and 22 all day in the Department 405A. The restraining order remains in full force and effect. Parties are to exchange witness and exhibits list and motions in Lemonade 1 week prior to the hearing. Parties should also lodge exhibits with the department. The court strongly prefers parties and witnesses to appear in person. Emberly Cross of Croc prepared the order to reschedule hearing to renew restraining order. Certified copies mailed to the parties. How is there a no tie emoji? We need to make one. I need a picture of Omar with his tie undone, and that'll be an emoji in my chat. Michael Marraccini files his response. Can't wait. Can't wait. What should be Omar's voice? I don't know. There's nothing like I need like a smooth, sultry, like I don't know. I was gonna say Morgan Freeman, but but not that. His voice is like butter. My voice is like 2 cats mating. It's like very different, very different. Yeah, I love it strongly. It strongly prefers in person. Velvet. Yeah, that's the one. Smooth honey bourbon butter voice. Oh my God. I hope Omar blushes.
Thoughtful face emoji. Given that the courts are supposed to use a reasonable person to adjudicate cases, why does Lo continue to point out how unreasonable she is? Anorexia, ill father, etc. Am I wrong?
No, you are not wrong, because she can do whatever she wants. Thank you for the 10. Thank you, Auntie M. What is it that Flux says about her? She is just the universe or the sun, and we are all mere stars orbiting her glory. All right. Oh my God. 515 pages. All right. Nope. I'm fucking doing it. We're doing it. Whether I got time or not. Let's fucking go. All right, everybody. Get your Gatorades. Get your headbands. Get your sweatbands. Here we go. This is the request to renew restraining order. Here we go. We're doing it. Buckles up. Additional reasons I do not agree with. See attached. Fuck. Fuck. We're in danger, girl. We're in danger.
Damn it. I tried to logic.
There will be no logic here. There will be no logic. All right. We're in trouble, friends. We are in trouble. Wait, did I already read this? Let's go. All right. Here we go. Omar Serrato, petitioner Laura Owens, Michael Marraccini. Several exhibits referenced herein. Comprehensive digital forensic examinations of Mike's laptop. The forensic report. Many exhibits in this filing. Okay. Oh, I might have read this already. I think I did read this. Wait. It just might be you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. We're doing it. Petitioner Laura Owens has a documented history of fabricating allegations. My man. That's what I'm talking about. Of pregnancy, domestic violence, sexual assault, lying under oath, and presenting false evidence to the court. Exhibit A. Let's go to it. Oh, shit, we can't. Fuck. She's currently facing 7 felony charges related to serial pregnancy fraud and perjury in the Superior Court of MCA, including allegedly injecting herself with HCG. I love that you put that in there. Chef's kiss. So that she would she would test positive on pregnancy tests. Exhibit B, her criminal indictment, bitch. Her latest filing in California seeking a permanent domestic violence restraining order against respondent Michael Marraccini is just the latest in a series of escalating behaviors designed to abuse the court process as a means of silencing her victims to prevent them from combating her fictitious victim narrative. Omar, your writing is Shakespeare. Owens and Marraccini met in March of 2016 and engaged in an on-again, off-again romantic relationship that ended in August of 2017. During the relationship, Owens crafted a series of escalating narratives to emotionally manipulate Marraccini that included fabricating pregnancies, miscarriages, abortions, and fraudulently creating documents to support an ovarian cancer diagnosis. And let's go to the footnote here. All times in forensics. Okay. Case number. Petition found baseless and fraudulent. Referred to prosecution leading to petitioner's indictment on 7 felonies, including fraud, perjury, and forgery. And also explains what HCG is. I am not going to be too much in the chat because my chat is not working, so I can't pull it up. However, I'm going to read as much as I can, and then I'm going to go back to this because, guys, we have 515 pages to get through. Okay? Owens used these traumatic fictions to coerce Marraccini into continuing to date her, using 2 fake letters from an OBGYN to encourage Marraccini to change his attitude and be more supportive of her. Exhibit C, Dr. Chan, and there was also one from here's Dr. Chan. Also, Omar, we stand a thorough king, okay? Marraccini called the police on Owens on January 7th. Owens had confronted Marraccini and his sister publicly, yelling and screaming obscenities at him. 2 days later, on January 9th, Owens obtained her retaliatory underlined because, yes, domestic violence restraining order in California. The allegations in the DVRO were shocking. Owens claiming extreme abuse at the hands of Marraccini, including using photographs from when she fell off a horse. Yikes. To allege abuse, and that it arose to such a degree that she had to seek inpatient mental health treatment, an allegation she confusingly refutes in her previous filings. So here's everybody that she's in. Okay, so here's where she texts that she's in inpatient. Not a inpatient, she's in inpatient. On January 22nd, Marraccini filed his timely response and denied all allegations made by Owens and noted her history of manipulative conduct, including her fabrication fabricated pregnancies and conflicting medical claims. Owens and Marraccini both submitted supplemental declarations and third-party witnesses. A hearing originally scheduled for January of 26 of 2018 was continued for further evidence, depositions, and declarations. Ultimately, on or about July 10th, exhausted by false narratives, Marraccini entered into a stipulated agreement, resulting in the issuance of a 2-year Kletz reported restraining order after hearing under family code without any admissions of wrongdoing by Marraccini. That order was set to expire on July 10th. Notably, there was never any finding that Marraccini ever committed an act of domestic violence. That's right. Prove it, bitch. Question mark? On the date order, let's see. The order was set to expire. Owens filed a request to renew the DVRO, alleging continued fear and allegations of various violations by Marraccini, which he affirmatively denies. A hearing was held on September 11th, 2020, before Judge Reardon. Despite Marraccini's objections and without a finding of new abuse, the court granted a 5-year renewal under family code, whatever, extending the DVRO. Between 2024, 22 and 24, Owens used this as a means of advancing a fabricated narrative that she was a domestic violence survivor. She made multiple public statements, including a horrific, I'm ad-libbing, January 2022 TEDx talk, which sucks. My opinion. Chicken Soup for the Soul essay, all of which accused Marraccini in engaging abuse. Okay, great. Also, Chicken for the Soup, I don't care, has removed the entry from their online publication. I wonder if Omar's motion for a page limit extension is just like, honorable court, this should be crazy. I'm going to need more pages because damn. That's so funny because I could hear him saying that too. Just like, damn. Oh my God. All right, let's see if I can get my chats back. I'd just be arguing with my chats all day. All day. We're not going to get through this today, so we're going to have to go through it tomorrow as well. But don't worry, I'll be here. Meanwhile, Owens continues to use her pattern of falsifying pregnancies with 2 new victims in the Superior Court of Maricopa County. In 2021-22, she sued an Arizona man named Greg Gillespie in Maricopa County for abortion coercion after she claimed he impregnated her with twins and later claimed to have aborted them at his direction. Whatever, we know the story. When he refused to continue dating her, Laura obtained a protective order against him, which she also recently renewed. From 23 to 24, Owens was the subject of a public legal controversy involving another false twin pregnancy allegation against ABC's former The Bachelor lead, Clayton Echard. When Echard refused to continue dating her, Owens obtained a protective order against him as well. Paternity litigation with Echard went to trial, at which time Owens' prior victims, including Marraccini, were lawfully subpoenaed to testify. In June of 24, the Maricopa County Superior Court found Owens was never pregnant by Echard and granted his request for a finding of non-paternity. The court found Owens has acted unreasonably in the litigation, initiated litigation without basis or merit, provided false testimony, and that Owens' petition was fraudulent and made to incite communication, a relationship, or both with Mr. Echard. Moreover, the court found that Owens had a pattern of similar, if not identical, behavior. Owens was ordered to pay over $149,000 to Echard and referred to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. On May 6, Owens was indicted by a Maricopa County grand jury on 7 felony counts, including fraudulent schemes and artifices, perjury, forgery, and evidence tampering related to the action with Mr. Echard. On July 10th, Owens submitted a second request to renew her restraining order against Marraccini, indicting her intent to seek a permanent order of protection against him, largely due to his attendance at the Echard trial pursuant to a lawful subpoena. Trial is scheduled for October. All hail Omar. We stand Omar. Sorry about the yawns. Owens has a well-documented history of making false pregnancy allegations, subsequently alleging domestic violence and otherwise abusing court processes when her victims do not wish to continue the relationship. Given this pattern of manipulating the court process to re-traumatize her victims, Marraccini urges this court to deny the requested renewal. Under family code, a domestic violence restraining order should be renewed only if the evidence shows the protected party harbors a genuine and reasonable fear of future abuse. Owens' own conduct, as evidenced by her current 7 felony charges in Arizona, demonstrates that any claimed fear on her part is neither genuine nor reasonable, but instead part of an ongoing strategy of deceit and manipulation. I wonder if Omar wishes he has never heard the name Lowe. I mean, it's probably made him some pretty great friends, like online. To be fair, she has brought everybody together, so we all have that. I know. His fact filled right. Let's give him the applause he deserves. Early on in their relationship, Owens began her pattern of faking pregnancies to manipulate Marraccini just 3 months after meeting. In June of 2016, Owens informed Marraccini that she was pregnant with his child, eventually sending a photo of positive pregnancy tests to support this false narrative. Within weeks, she insisted she was pregnant with twins. Text messages from Owens to Marraccini. Has anybody ever looked at those pictures between Eckerd and Marraccini? Are they the same? No medical evidence has ever been produced to corroborate that Owens was ever pregnant, that she was pregnant with twins, or that she had to undergo the 3 surgical and 3 medical abortions that she would later allege. A month after claiming she was pregnant, Owens told Marraccini that she thought she was having a miscarriage, which she later retracted. 1 day later, Owens again indicated she was miscarrying and that she was bleeding on her way to the hospital. I don't want to actually cancel my appointment. I'm really having a rough night and bleeding and feeling horrible. I'm deciding if I need to go to the hospital and if I need to speak with you. I'm extremely upset. I know you are too, and I apologize for my part. Okay, great. This claimed medical emergency is easily debunked with her social media posts the same day where she's depicted in a white dress drinking alcohol at a party. Celebrating the great Ron Owens tonight at John's Grill, asking for San Francisco politicians the tough questions over the 50,000 watt clear channel KGO. I have never seen this. Yikes. Yay, Al Jihad! I have never seen this. Between July and October, Owens claimed to have had 3 surgical and 3 medical abortions, all in the midst of being diagnosed with ovarian cancer and receiving an oophorectomy to remove her cancerous ovary. After going to the hospital, Owens informed Marraccini the pregnancy was still viable and called him to tell him that we were having twins. Owens, so you're pregnant and drinking? You're pregnant and drinking? Because I got a story for you if that's true, Laura. Hi, Alaska. How are you? Yeah, no, not for a friend. Not for a friend. Not for a friend. Owen started claiming that the twin pregnancy was no longer viable and that she would take abortion pills. Days later, she claimed that the abortion pills did not work and that she still had to undergo a surgical abortion. Owens would allege a series of complications with the procedure, including that she was bleeding a lot and that she needed not 1, but 3 surgical abortions to terminate the alleged twin pregnancy. Looks like we have to do the pills. I'm taking it again. So I don't have to have suction done. There's a small amount of tissue left, and I can do this or suction. I'll have the doctor write something after I'm done to say I'm no longer pregnant. Anything else you want before I get there? I'm feeling absolutely horrible. I'm cramping nonstop, which I am not used to, and it kept me up all night, have a fever, and I'm bleeding a lot. I had a really short appointment with the doctor, but glad I did it. I'm going ahead and just have an Aspiration Wednesday. Aspirational Wednesday, everybody. That's today. How funny we see this again. Tell me your aspirations in the chat. The doctor this was the doctor's recommendation. I don't want to delay it any longer. She thinks there's a good chance I have Asherman's, and I looked it up and it makes some sense. The ultrasound won't confirm that though, but I will get confirmation that it's done on Wednesday. Does that sound good to you? I want to have a really positive attitude since I know I haven't the whole time. Ugh, I don't miss reading her texts. To support her escalating faux pregnancy emergencies, Owen manufactured various medical records after the feigned multi-abortion ruse. Owen's doctored letters from an OBGYN, whom Owens claimed in her deposition for Eckerd case was a cancer specialist, to state that she had ovarian cancer and an oophorectomy. That would be an OBGYN, but I haven't established regular enough care with an OBGYN, but I was treated for PCOS in San Francisco by a provider. Question: who is a provider in San Francisco? I was treated by Dr. Chan. He is a gynecologist for, it's like a specialist, one for fertility.
No, he's not. He's for cancer.
Okay.
That would be an OBGYN, but I haven't established.
Oh, it's just, okay, never mind. I aspire to win the Powerball. Yay! Tell me all your aspirations. Yes. Yes. Yes, she is. Very much an abuser. These fabricated letters perpetuated the emotional manipulation of Marraccini with the doctors, telling Marraccini that Owens had real ovarian cancer, and the doctors strongly encouraged him to change his attitude and support Owens. Okay, we know what an oophorectomy is. And then excerpt from a deposition where Laura testified under oath. So here's where we've read these, where she's like, hey, can you be more supportive to Laura Owens? Because you need to. I would ask your boyfriend to be supportive during your recovery. So there's that. Yeah. Yeah. The fact that they've both killed babies, legitimately and figuratively. Ugh. Ooh, cheesy chicken enchilada soup. I like that. Notably, even as Owens insisted she was suffering all these grave conditions, a high risk from pregnancy, multiple miscarriage, repeated abortions, and cancer, she continued to engage in strenuous activities. For example, during this period, she was competing in equestrian jumping events. Right. Right. Yeetus the fetus, the return. In December of 2016, under mounting scrutiny, Owens finally admitted to Marraccini and her own father that she had never been pregnant and that everything was fabricated and that she would seek psychological care. Declaration and deposition, transcript of Colin. Marraccini continued to date Owens after her confession in hopes he would seek the professional help she admitted needing and that her family would support her efforts. Ultimately, Owens' manipulative habits only continued and escalated, with Marraccini having to call the police on January 7th. Little did Marraccini know this would incite initiate Owens filing the underlying DVRO, which contained a false reality in which Marraccini was the abuser despite an utter lack of verifiable evidence. Thank you, Omar. Do you see how in this motion everything is just so neatly tied together in a little bow? It tells a story. And it tells a story in a way that pertains to the subject. You know? You know? Show jumping. We are reading Omar's responds to the request to renew the restraining order. Yeah, but look at the unverifiable evidence. It's overwhelming. Look over here. Look over here. These lies were not innocent mistakes or understandings. They were deliberate, sustained fabrications about the creation and loss of human life designed to manipulate Marraccini into continuing to date her. This was a pattern of Owen's relationship with Marraccini and later her relationships with 2 victims in Arizona. Mm-hmm. And no, I won't share. Good. Keep your farts to yourself. Oh, is Charlie here? Hi, Charlie. In addition to manipulative conduct, Owens has demonstrated a consistent pattern of retaliatory legal action. When a romantic partner initiates legal proceedings against her, she responds by filing legal actions against them. This pattern is evident in 3 separate cases. After Marraccini contacted law enforcement regarding Owens' behavior, she filed for a temporary restraining order. Oh my God. God bless me. God bless me. The farts I will share. Ew. Gross. After Marraccini contacted law enforcement regarding Owen's behavior, she filed a temporary restraining order for bacon bears because I see it out of here. It's cute to sneeze. Oh my God, thank you, Stella. 2 days later, when Greg Gillespie, master hacker, Arizona victim, filed an order of protection against Owens, she entirely evaded service and filed her own OOP against him 3 months later. How dare she evade service? How dare she? Mike can't just evade service, but I can. No, thanks. Thank you for the jewels. Similarly, after Clayton Echard obtained an injunction, see how he can talk about Clayton Echard without saying he's the Bachelor? Do you see that? Do you see how he's just like this guy, Clayton Echard, and not Clayton Echard, former Bachelor? See how easy that is? Similarly, after Clayton Echard obtained an IAH, Owens filed an order of protection against him 10 days later. When Marraccini ended their relationship, Owens continued this pattern by seeking a DVRO based on false and completely unsupported allegations. She now seeks to make the order permanent. Meanwhile, Owens currently faces multiple felony charges in Maricopa County, including perjury, extortion, conspiracy stemming from precisely the type of falsehoods and deceptive behavior Marraccini experienced firsthand years ago. You know, if a judge wanted to really protect Laura from Michael and herself, you know where Mike can't get her? Jail. Can't get her in jail. Can't get her. The Bachelor, all these people need no further explanation. The Todd? Who's the Todd? Is that he farted 40 times. Oh my God. Owens cannot satisfy her burden to demonstrate a reasonable apprehension of future abuse. Oh God, just the way he says things. It makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. I love it so much. You know, I have to say, if Omar was my opposing counsel, I'm not even sure I'd be mad. I'd be like, look at this beautiful laid out language about how terrible I am. Apprehension of future abuse. Her behavior has demonstrated that her claimed fear is neither genuine nor reasonable. Owen's conduct towards Marraccini has been wholly inconsistent with that of an individual who genuinely fears for their safety. The evidence demonstrates that her pursuit of a permanent DVRO stems not from any legitimate safety concern, but from a retaliatory intent related to Marraccini's lawful compliance with a subpoena in the Arizona proceeding. Affection and so this is just the exhibit. Wait. Owens portrays Marraccini as a violent, yet her communications reveal a consistent pattern. Whether he distanced himself or took actions she perceived as rejection. She would respond with sudden declarations or affection or fabricate a medical crisis to draw him back in. For example, Owens asserts that by early July in 2016, Marraccini was already acting abusively towards her, but on July 6th, she texted him, "I love you and trust you." And you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, thanks, Volo. I'm going to say, thanks, Volo. I have questions. Are these the real notes or a summary by the attorney? Because typically they summarize. So he put in the evidence. These are the real notes. Oh, the Todd Scrubs. Why do we need a shop vac? Why do we need a shop vac? She's so afraid that she asked. Right, she asked to talk to him. She's so afraid to him. She just wanted to talk to him in person. And more text messages. After a March of 2017 trip to Dubai, during which Owens now claims Marraccini was cruel and thought no abuse actually occurred, she continued to initiate friendly and even flirtatious messages with Marraccini stating, "I'm horny, baby." Where you at, Omar? Love you. And as late as mid-November, I wish we could get dinner. I'm horny, baby. No reply. No reply. Despite Owens' claims supporting her DVRO, her own message to Marraccini sent a year and 5 months into their relationship reveals a desire for a deeper connection. In it, she expresses appreciation for his honesty and that he is not in love with her. This message undermines her portrayal of herself as a victim seeking distance or safety. Instead, it shows that she was just pushing for clarity and perhaps greater commitment, while Marraccini was not equally invested in the relationship. I know. It just... It's so good. So here's where he tells her he doesn't love her. Victims of genuine domestic violence typically avoid contact with their abuser, refrain from pursuing. This is his request. This is his response. So he's filing a response. So all of this has to be in there. Victims of genuine domestic violence typically avoid contact with their abuser, refrain from pursuing intimacy, and do not encourage a deepened romantic relationship. Owens, however, repeatedly pressed Marraccini for commitment, urged him to become her boyfriend, and frequently possessed love and trust, often immediately after the very incident she now characterizes as abuse. Such conduct is fundamentally inconsistent with the behavior of someone living in fear or attempting to escape further harm. Initiating contact despite the order. Contrary to Owens' portrayal of Marraccini, before this court as brutally violent, a rapist, a pathological liar, a stalker, and the source of her severe psychological distress, Owens herself offered to speak with Marraccini directly by phone as recently as last year. The willingness to engage in communication with an individual she has characterized in such extreme terms starkly undermines the credibility of her claims. Owens' readiness to initiate the dialogue highlights the inconsistency and absurdity of her allegations throughout this case. Now, here's one thing I want to say. I want to say that I have said that both Gingras and Owens are verbose, right? They just talk about shit that it doesn't matter. And they use these big words and they use a lot of adjectives to like prove a point that isn't there. The way that Omar puts all of this together and uses the adjectives correctly and uses them in a way to underline, right, what the awful behavior is wonderful. This is verbose in all of the right ways. All of the right ways. Charge contempt of court. But that's not... Charlie! Stop it! Go get your blood pressure meds. So that's the email. We read that the other day. The court must consider the significant contradictions between her stated fears and her actual behavior. California law expressly authorized courts to weigh not only a witness's statements, but also their demeanor, conduct, and prior inconsistent remarks in evaluating their credibility. Here, Ms. Owens' actions consistently undermine her claims. Rather than showing genuine apprehension of Mr. Marraccini, her conduct has demonstrated an ongoing desire to engage and provoke conflict. To renew a restraining order under California law, the petitioner must demonstrate her fear of future abuse is not merely subjective but objectively reasonable. A person who continues actively to initiate contact or seeks confrontation with the purported abuser cannot credibly claim to fear them. Ms. Owens' behavior, which includes pursuing communication, harassing, and even publicly confronting Mr. Marraccini, strongly indicates she harbors no genuine fear of him. Instead, it reveals a pattern of calculated provocation and manipulation. Owens' actions disqualify her from obtaining continued judicial protection. Right. He wouldn't have to get into all of this. That's a great point, Jen. So, right, he has to get into all of this because he has to respond to what she put in her request, line by line. And he needs to make sure he can protect his client to the best of his ability. So the abortion coercion suit. In August of 2021, Owens had a brief encounter with Greg Gillespie, a man in Scottsdale, Arizona. After Mr. Gillespie refused to continue a relationship with her, she claimed she was pregnant with his twins and fabricated a sonogram to continue the ruse. When that failed, she claimed she had to take abortion pills multiple times, as the first attempt failed, and the second attempt only affected one fetus. When Gillespie was not interested in seeing her again, she initiated a civil action against him, alleging he had coerced her into getting an abortion. That action was later dismissed, and forensic analysis confirmed the ultrasound was fake, identifying the original source image that Owens had manipulated, but not before Owens could get a protective order against Gillespie. The only thing, and I don't know, I would have to talk to Omar about this. But the only thing that I would love to see it in here, if he could put it, I don't know if he could put it, is the fact that she also said that she would drop the entire suit if he would just date her. I don't know if that matters, but I don't know when Greg's OP is over. Then we get to Eckerd. Owens had a one-night stand with reality TV personality Clayton Eckerd, the former star of ABC's The Bachelor, which no sexual intercourse occurred. Owens subsequently claimed she was pregnant with Eckerd's child-turned twins, an allegation that mirrors the false scenario Owens had fabricated with Gillespie and Marraccini. Owens even filed a paternity lawsuit in Arizona seeking custodial orders and child support from Eckerd, all while inundating him and the media with supposed proof of her pregnancy. Good Lord. So here's just all of this. What is this? I want this. I want to see this. I want to see all of this. When Mr. Eckerd contested the validity of her claims, Owen moved to withdraw the suit, claiming she had miscarried. The court denied her request, and Owens eventually signed a HIPAA release, allowing Eckerd to obtain records that showed she had never sought medical care, never received an ultrasound as she claimed, and that she had doctored medical records as a part of her pregnancy fraud. The matter was eventually set for trial, and both Gillespie and Marraccini, Owens' prior victims of pregnancy fraud, were lawfully subpoenaed to testify as their personal knowledge of Owens' allegations. Owens' attorney filed a motion in Lemonade seeking to preclude Marraccini's testimony, which the court denied. When Marraccini lawfully attended the hearing on June 10th, Owens' attorney further sought to have Marraccini arrested at the courthouse, contacting 3 separate police departments, all of which denied his request, as Marraccini was lawfully present pursuant to the subpoena. Right. Frivolous lawsuits have consequences. That's what we're hoping to see through this trial, Charlie. Stay with us. Stay with us, man. I know it's a lot. Don't forget, Laura purposely put the wrong date on the HIPAA when forced to sign in court in front of the judge. Really? I did forget about that. Thank you. It wants to be his Jeep bestie. I love that. Ultimately, the trial court judge found that Owens was never pregnant and referred her for investigation by the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. A grand jury indicted Owens on 7 felonies. 1 count fraudulent schemes and artifices. 1 count forgery, 4 counts perjury, 1 count tampering with evidence. The indictment alleges that from March of 23 to June 24, Owens engaged in an elaborate scheme to defraud both Eckert and the court, conduct nearly identical to her conduct with Marraccini and Gillespie. Significance of the indictment. While the Arizona criminal case is separate from this proceeding, it is profoundly relevant to Owens' credibility and a pattern of conduct as well as her allegations against Marraccini. Thank you for the jewels, Erica. What if Mike just accepts the DVRO for life? It saves him money and she can't get any satisfaction. Don't come for me. I'm on his side. So the only thing, thank you, Princess. So the only thing about accepting the DVRO is that's on your record. That goes against, like, if he wanted to rent a property, if he wanted to get a new job, like, it ruins all background checks. And they're not going to ask you what happened. They're not going to ask you to clarify. They're just going to say, oh, you have a DVRO against a woman. We don't want that here. We don't need that here. So that's the reason why he would fight it. He's got to fight it to get it off of his name. I felt that yawn hard. Oh my God. Mr. Pike, can you make a yawn counter? I have subpoenaed medical records in many cases, not hard, right? But also, she could just bring them. She could just bring them. Where were we? The parallels between Owens' conduct with Marraccini. And a sneeze counter, a yawn counter, current count, too many. Yeah, maybe for Nightbot. Bye, IB. The parallels between Owens' conduct with Marraccini and Mr. Eckert, including Owens' habit of obtaining restraining orders against her victims, cannot be understated. In both instances, Owens falsely claimed to be pregnant with a child, turned twins, and when pressed for proof, she pretended to miscarry. In both cases, she produced doctored medical evidence to bolster her story, and in both, her lies eventually unraveled. Owens' modus operandi is disturbingly consistent. What does this mean? Modus operandi. What is that? A particular way or method of doing something, especially one that is characteristic or well established. Look at that. I learned something new every day. No more yawns. Okay. They can be manipulated on her. Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure. Right. I gotcha. The court must consider the indictment as critical to her credibility. In short, Owens has a clear pattern. She lies about pregnancies and abuse, and when confronted with evidence of her deceit, she doubles down by dragging her accusers into court to cast herself as a victim and to punish those who exposed her. This pattern has persisted. And he's a witness in the state's notice of disclosure, giving Owens clear knowledge that he would testify in a criminal case against her. And we're going to love to see it. We're going to love to see it. Oh, her M.O. I've been using that this whole time and I didn't know what it meant. You guys, I feel so dumb. For years spanning multiple jurisdictions, Arizona courts are now grappling with the fallout as Owen faces criminal prosecution. Should this court, after hearing all the facts, determine that Owens has continued this pattern of falsehoods, this court must refer her for prosecution in San Francisco County and reassess the legitimacy of all filings in the DVRO action. Owens is dangerous and is continuing to harm her victims by maintaining this fraudulent DVRO actions, Owens has shown she will not stop and that she is a danger to the community. That's our bacon. Oh, hi, Camille. How are you? It is virtually unheard of for someone seeking a DVRO renewal to simultaneously be under indictment for fraud and perjury on a closely related matter. The evidence of Owens' fraud and perjury is significant, and it comes not just from Marraccini's assertions, but from forensic data, third-party witnesses, and judicial findings. An extensive evidentiary hearing is requested to disprove Owens' allegations in the court of law. Owens is a charged con artist, and this court should not accept any of her claims at face value. Her allegations should be given the highest scrutiny and be fully addressed through an in-person evidentiary hearing where Owens' other victims can testify. So here's the legal standard for renewal. A domestic violence restraining order may be renewed for 5 years or even made permanent without a showing of any further abuse since the issuance of the original order. However, the law is equally clear that the burden remains on Owens to demonstrate a continuing need for protection. In practical terms, Owens must prove by preponderance of the evidence a reasonable apprehension of future abuse if the restraining order is allowed to expire, which she doesn't. Thank you, Stevie. Yeah, that was very rude of that customer. Just lock the doors. Yeah, that's true. That's also another great point. Mike did contest the first one, and she still continues to drag this out. This standard has both subjective and objective components. Owens must actually fear of future abuse, and that fear must be objectively reasonable under the circumstances, as the Court of Appeals explained in Ritchie. If the protected party's fear is genuine and reasonable, the court should genuinely err on the side of renewal, given the protective purpose of the law. Conversely, if the claimed fear is not credible or not objectively reasonable, renewal is not warranted. In assessing whether Owens' claimed apprehension is genuine and reasonable, the court should consider the evidence and findings underlying the initial restraining order, as well as many significant changes in circumstances since. Good night, Malin. Sweet dreams. Tell us what you dream about tomorrow. How to win people over. Oh my God. Having leave the lesson in superior motion writing. Bye, Hound Servant. Hey, Stevie, you go do what you got to do. Right, and it hurts real domestic violence victims. Here, the original DVRO was issued temporarily in January of 2018 after a brief hearing and was based solely on Owens's written declarations. When time came for the evidentiary hearing, Marraccini simply wished to move on, did not contest the order, and instead stipulated to a 2-year restraining order to avoid further litigation, which is insanely expensive. Without conceding to any of the allegations in the underlying DVRO. Thus, the original orders and findings were never the product of a rigorous credibility determination. They were unchallenged allegations. Now, with the benefit of hindsight and new evidence, this court is in a very different position than it was in 2018. Owens's behaviors have culminated in fraudulent and criminal findings in Arizona. Her credibility is central to this renewal decision and must be assessed to determine whether her apprehension is both genuine and reasonable. I like it. I like it. Omar listed out everything that's already happened in other courts. Once Mike is free, he'll be added to that long list of judgments. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, if she gets found guilty in California, if it ever gets there, would they be able to cancel the DVROs or would they still stand? That's a great question. That would be a question for Omar. or another attorney in the chat. I do not know. I do not know. I just got here. I did take a shower. California law recognizes that in deciding whether to grant equitable relief like a DVRO, a court should weigh the party's credibility. Evidence code permits the court to consider any matters that have any tendency in reason to prove or disprove the truthfulness of a witness's testimony, including prior inconsistent statements in the witness's character for honesty. In this case, multiple factors cast doubts on Owen's credibility and the validity of her claimed fear. Prior inconsistent statements. Owens assured Marraccini it's not a miscarriage because she was supposedly carrying twins. Yet in her 2018 TRO filings, unequivocally claims to have miscarried. Which is interesting because that would imply that she's lying under penalty of perjury. Yes? But what if but Charlie, the question is, what if they find that the DVROs are fraudulent? You know? What? What? No. Hold on a second. Okay, no, it is not pickle juice. Don't worry, it is not pickle juice. But this would also imply that she lied on that, which we know she did, implying that Marraccini's behavior caused a miscarriage. Owens explicitly told Marraccini the miscarriage never happened. So with that being said, I'm on page 25. So I'm going to write this down. This will be for tomorrow. I do have to go deal with something with my kids because my fucking life. You know, I love my kids a lot. I love my kids very much. But when it comes to being a parent of a neurodivergent child, sometimes it's hard because like I just want a normal parenting experience. And I'm so tired and I'm so exhausted from just putting out fucking fires all the time. And we don't ever have like, it's either little shit, it's either death by 1,000 paper cuts, and things just add up and add up and add up and add up until the fucking crushing weight just like you're just like drowning and you can't breathe anymore. Or it's giant things. And it's like I'm just fucking tired, man. I'm tired. Sorry, friends. I know there's no such thing as like normal parenting. I guess it's just I don't deal with the same things that my friends deal with. And they don't deal with the same things that I deal with. And like, I'm.
Said all moms. You can do it.
Thank you. You didn't have to do that, Lyle. It's like, I guess it's just different, right? Like, I don't, my friends, like, okay, so Moose has started, like, he wants to go to school. So now he's escaping the house and he's running across the street to the bus stop. He's 9. Like, I want to take my son, who's 9, on a walk without worrying about him just like taking a left across the street and getting hit by a fucking car. We live on a corner and like nobody stops at this stop sign. And like he goes across the street because he goes to my neighbor's house because that's where we stand for the bus. But I'm like, how many times is he going to do that before he just gets fucking blasted by the people who don't stop at the bus? You know, how many times is he going to pick up something and eat something because he puts everything in his mouth before it's something dangerous? And like, I just, he's 9, he's going to be 10 this year. And it's hard because sometimes it's like having a toddler that is bigger than you, that is faster than you. And like, I just say that all the time. Like, I'm just not fast enough. You know? It sucks, man. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I've been on edge like all day because it's just stupid shit, you know? It's just stupid. But it all adds up. It all just like comes together and you just get to a point like I don't want to yell at him because he doesn't know what he's doing, but like I find myself sometimes like I just yell because I don't know like what else to do. And like there's sometimes that he understands. And then there's sometimes that he doesn't understand. You know? I don't know. A couple of days? The last time we got away for a couple of days, I can't even tell you. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like it's always on high alert. Like, and that I think is what I'm the most tired of. I'm so sorry. You know, it's funny because I got shit-faced like 2 weeks in a row. And that's not like normally my thing, right? Like, but I was telling my husband, like, I'm so wound up all the time that sometimes when I drink, it's like the only time I can feel like just relaxed, you know? Thank you, Becca. Oh my God, stop!
Being a parent of a neurodivergent child or not does not alleviate you from having emotions. Stop apologizing for being human. We love you, and we support you.
You don't have to do that. You don't. You guys don't have to do that.
Stop.
Hugs, hugs, hugs.
Thank you. Thank you guys. But seriously, you do not have to. It's like, he's upstairs, and he's with the babysitter, and it's like every time they come down, it's just always like something crazy. And I'm like, just a minute, you know? Uh, it's just hard. And you got to keep them safe, and you got to be on all the time. I got to be on. And that was the thing too. Like, I know I enjoy coming on stream, and like, earlier I was crying before I came on stream, and I'm like, the show must go on. But also, I want to be down here. I want to be doing this. Like, I love this so much. But I'm just, I'm tired. Like, we have things that are always at our house, so that we can, we have parties all the time with our neighbors. We have parties, but we're always the house, right? We're always a party house, because it's my house is set up for my son. And I, like, we were out, and there was he didn't want to get in the pool yesterday, and everybody was in the pool during the day yesterday. And I'm like, I just want to be able to sit here and relax and talk to the girls who have kids the same age as me. But I have to get up every 3 minutes. I have to make sure my door alarms aren't going off, because I got to make sure that he's now not running across the street. And it's like, I just want to relax. And it's hard. And I know everybody has gone through this, right? With toddlers and with little guys. But I guess the thing that's like, and also too, I have a really, really hard time in the summer. And I'm noticing it, that I have a hard time every summer, because my son is getting bigger, and he's moving on to a new grade. And he's getting better, but he's not getting better in the way that's like, he's just getting bigger, and it's getting harder. And it's like, sometimes, like, and that's the thing is like, my son is the most wonderful angel that has ever been put on this earth. And let me tell you, he's tired of me being in his ass. And I'm tired of being in his ass. But like, I can't have smashed eggs all over my floor. Like, his new thing, he's turned into fucking Gallagher. Every time he sees a watermelon, he's like, watermelon smash! And then he puts it over his head, and I'm like, God, no! Like, I want produce. But it's just all the time, and it's hard. It's really hard. But anyways, you guys, I appreciate you. And I see all your chats. I'm going to go in and read them when I get offline, because I'm going to start fucking losing it again. I got to go help my sisters and whatever's going on with, all of a sudden he's decided that he's going to smash watermelons. And my fucking, and pork chop. You had $11 in your wallet. I took it. So if you can just Venmo me, I love you. What an asshole. But anyways, I have to go, because I have to pick up my daughter. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I'm sorry. I will be back on tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We'll be going back over that 515,000 page thing. And You guys are the best. Lose it all you want. I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Bye. Ah, Lyle.
All the best.
You know what's really nice? My makeup is staying. That's what I call a base, bitch. That's what I call a base. Take her swimming who? Take her swimming where? Take her swimming who? You guys are the best. Thank you.